Welcome to the Face Music Podcast. What is up, everybody? My name is Matt, and I'm your host. Welcome to episode number 34. Stay tuned for our top 10 songs of the week, some recent music news, and big tour announcements. And my very special guest today, Kilbarron, are on the show. Are you ready? Let's do it. Welcome to the Face Music Podcast, everybody. What is up? And welcome to episode number 34. How are y'all feeling? You doing all right? You go crazy Black Friday shopping? You shank a motherfucker for a crock pot? Stay safe this holiday season, my friends. I do not want to read about any of you getting locked up, but if you do end up behind bars, make sure that you tag me in the video because that shit is hilarious. If you did get your shopping started this week, hopefully you caught some sick deals, and hopefully you won't have much more to do. This time of year really brings out the worst in people. Some real ugly shit goes down, but it also brings out some high quality content on Instagram, so that's a win-win. Got a really good one for you guys today as we are in our last few episodes of 2025, and I've officially begun booking into 2026, including my first international interview, which I'm very, very excited about, and I'll start giving you more details on that soon. Starting in 2026, we're starting off big and only aiming bigger. And as I said last week, you'll be hearing lots of new music from me as well. I got a whole album's worth that I'll be dropping on you. I've also been asked to throw leads on a few of my friends' projects as well. So you will hear a lot from me musically. I hope you guys are ready for it. I got a lot in the pipeline for Project 02. We're going to be lining up some shows locally, and I think towards the summer, we're going to try to head out of state for a few weekend runs. Follow the Instagram page for all that good stuff. For today, guys, we have an incredibly heavy top 10. There has been a few massive tour announcements that just took place over the last few days. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Avatar show that I went to last week, and today I have four very special guests. I have my boys from the South, a band that I discovered only a couple months ago but made a huge impact on me. Maryland's own Kilbarron is on the show today. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, please send me an email at theftmpod@gmail.com. 2025 is booked for the remainder of the year, booking into 2026 now. I'm also accepting requests for reaction videos, for live performances, music videos, whatever you got out. If you've got shows coming up or music dropping, give me dates, give me info, and I will plug all of that for you. For all of my first-time listeners, it is my pleasure to welcome you all into the Face Music family. I hope you all like what you hear today. Make sure that you go check out all the other great episodes of the Face Music Podcast. I value your time, so when you choose to spend it listening to the podcast, I promise not to waste the time that you have invested into me. Let's turn off all the outside world. You're basically never going to hear me talk politics or religion, anything hot button or divisive, any of the shit you hear on the news. Turn off the news. It's all bad for you. It's all about the music here. I am here to talk about all things hard rock and metal, expose you to some great music, including at least 3 independent artists every single week, and try to bring you some fun and entertaining discussions with artists that you may know and love, like my episode that I brought to you with Chris Contos of Machine Head and Forbidden, and another one that I did a couple weeks down the line after that with Jason Bittner of Shadows Fall in Category 7. From big names like that to artists that you may not know yet, like Kilbarron, that I feel like you should definitely check out. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy your Face Music experience. For all of my returning listeners, welcome back. Thank you for listening every single week, for sharing my stuff on socials, and for listening right now to another episode of the Face Music Podcast. I love you all, and I'm so thankful and so lucky to have your support. I do not and will not ever take that for granted. If you're hearing this, you are already doing the one thing that I want everybody to do, which is tune into the podcast. But I'm sure that you're sitting there thinking to yourself, man, the Face Music Podcast is awesome, but how can I help it grow? Well, I have 3 very easy, very quick, and most importantly for the holiday season, free ways that you can help me out. Number 1, follow the podcast and listen every week. When you're already doing this is the hard part. You're way ahead of the game. Number 2, follow me on social media. If you see a poll or something posted, drop your 2 cents in. I love hearing what you guys have to say, and I love having these discussions with you all. And number 3, just share the page, share a post. If you're listening right now, you know somebody else who would also enjoy, so spread the word and tell them what's up. I feature signed and independent bands every single week from all over the world, from California to Japan to the obviously New York to Australia, Brazil. There's so much incredible music that I deliver straight to you. You don't have to do any of the hard work. That's my job. You could very easily find your favorite band right here. I only promote the bands that I feel truly bring something to the table, something worth paying attention to. I promise that I won't waste your time and tell you to check out any band or any musician that doesn't truly deserve your time. I hope that you found some great new bands to listen to because of this podcast. I know personally, I definitely have. Check out the Top 10s playlist when you're done listening to this episode for all the great music heard right here. You may also be asking yourself, is there a way that I could support in other ways? Do you have any merch? Well, the answer to that amazing question is yes. I do have merch. I have shirts and I have official Face Music podcast bottle opener keychains for sale. Keychains are $3 and shirts are 12. Hit me up on Instagram or email me if you want to buy. I have Zelle, I have Venmo. If you're local, I can do cash. If I have to ship, there's going to be a small fee factored in too, just to cover shipping. It's usually about $10. Nothing too crazy, but also for a limited time, I have my fall blend hot sauce. It's warm apple pie. It combines the sweetness and the full flavor of classic fall American pie with the heat of the habanero pepper. Made with all fresh ingredients. If you want a bottle, it's $10 plus shipping, or if you're local, I can meet up and do cash. All right, my friends, it is that time. Let's get right into the Week 34 Top 10. Now, if you have been here for a little while, you know the drill. But if you're new, here's the rundown. So, if you're watching on Spotify, you'll hear all the songs in the top 10 as intended. But unfortunately, if you're watching on YouTube, I usually cut the song clips out because they get instantly flagged during uploading. So if you're watching on YouTube, I am sorry, the clips will not be featured. If they are, it's because I said fuck it and I rolled the dice because I ran into computer issues or camera issues, which is today's case. This is my 4th time recording this shit today. But basically, it's just a matter of I ran out of patience and rolled the dice on it. It is not a common occurrence. It is a very rare thing. There's nothing I can really do about this until YouTube fixes their licensing system. I would rather not have my account deleted. But that's ultimately what ends up happening if I get flagged, is that I run the risk of losing my account entirely. You can still listen to the full songs on the Face Music Top 10s playlist over on Spotify. The code, as always, will be at the end of the top 10, and it's in also, the link is in all of my socials. So Facebook, Instagram, I just made a Twitter, I haven't used it yet, but it's on there too. It's in a link tree, you just click on it, or you can just go right on Spotify and search it up. 34 weeks in, we have over 350 songs. We are slowly climbing our way up to 400. There's over 22 hours of carefully curated, fantastic hard rock and metal music for you to enjoy. I listened to this playlist every single night when I was traveling on Amtrak a few weeks ago, just to help me go to sleep. And guys, I'm going to be completely real with you. It is a fucking perfect playlist. Go check it out when the episode is done. This week's top 10, we keep it pretty much on the heavy side of things. We have lots of new music, newer bands, some veterans of the genre, but every single song is going to have your adrenaline going. Today, we will hear from Bella Kiss, Sable Hills, Showing Teeth, Silosis, Fault Union, Sailing Before the Wind, Kilbarron, Nocturnal, Stray from the Path, and Her Last Sight. Kicking it off at number 10, we have the band Showing Teeth. Now, Showing Teeth hails from Kentucky. This is a 3-piece metalcore/deathcore crossover, and the name Showing Teeth actually belongs to the girl fronting the band. I don't know her real name. I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm sure it's out there, but I wasn't really going to dig all that deep. Showing Teeth is the band's name under her solo project stage name. She got her start learning to sing in church, and eventually moved on to finding her metal roots in the local alternative scene. She gained popularity and traction online by learning how to scream and do covers, just recording herself in her car. She describes that learning to scream was a trial by fire. She was bullied by the online community when she was posting her earlier videos, but through the adversity of being bullied by the online crowd, she actually began to progress to reach her ultimate goal of becoming a competent vocalist. Through time, her car would not just be where she practices, but also where she would end up recording. She said it's a quiet and comfortable place for her, and she would drive a good distance to get to an empty church parking lot or a public park's parking lot. Just lock her doors, hit record, and whatever happens, happens. Showing Teeth takes inspiration from bands like Periphery, Born of Osiris, Animals as Leaders, Veil of Maya, Corelia, and Whitechapel. Over the process of recording and learning how to scream to writing her own music, I know I said it right, recording her own music, joining up with other musicians to provide the music behind her vocals, Showing Teeth just launched her very first single on streaming services. This is all a brand new thing that's taken place over the last year for her. So it's very new, it's a very recent thing, and this song only just hit streaming November 14th. It's only 2 weeks old. It's already, when I checked for this episode, it was over 218, almost 219,000 views or listens. That's excellent. That's good for her. Hard work really, it pays off if you put the work in, if you do it the right way. Our number 10 spot this week belongs to the brand new, incredibly talented Showing Teeth. This is the debut song, Labyrinth. Wherever you around, you get to me up and straight me out onto the ground. You want this on his head, let me just rip it out. Hollow out my chest, cause I would rather live with you. When there's a play inside, we like to tear it out. Picking your bunch of feelings, flying in my pushing you. You want this on his head, let me just rip it out. Hollow out my chest, I'd rather live with you. Approaching some men, words strip on. Number 9, we say goodbye to one of the greatest to ever do it. One of the biggest to leave this tiny little island that I'm from and make a name for themselves. The now legendary and retired hardcore band Stray from the Path. Stray got together in 2001 right here on Long Island. They were known for combining elements of metalcore and hardcore, nu metal, rap, punk. They've openly stated that they take influence from bands like Gojira and Anti-Flag, Rage Against the Machine, Glassjaw, Deftones, Converge. They are most definitely a political band. As you can imagine, they come from a hardcore punk background, but they have always been unapologetically themselves. They stuck to their beliefs their entire career. They never alienated fans for having different beliefs either, which is very respectable in today's day and age, because that seems to be the thing to do. And they've always been people first, no matter what. You know, politics don't ever come before people. The band announced in February of this year that they had aligned with Sharptone and would release their first new music since 2022's album Euthanasia. So it's 3 years removed from their last album. In May of this year, the band would announce that this new album, Clockworked, would be their final album as a band, that they would be hanging it up. They would fulfill their touring and festival commitments, but this would be the disbanding of the band by the end of the year. Well, here we are. It is, I think it's December 3rd. I have no idea what day it is anymore, but the band is no more. They played their last show November 24th at the O2 Institute in Birmingham, UK. That's a hell of a way to go out. Big congrats on a massive career and for doing Long Island so proud. Clockworked was a perfect send-off. Enjoy the time, guys. You put in a hell of a career. Enjoy the time away. At our number 9 spot this week, we have the legendary Long Islanders, Stray from the Path, off of Clockworked. This is Kubrick Stare. Oh, we're back in the building, going down in flames. Let them turn a new leaf, but it's up with gasoline. Sinking feeling, itching till the end of days. So you sleep amongst these demons, don't you feel ashamed? Violence and vice is gonna know no pain. Number 8 this week, we have the band Her Last Sight. Her Last Sight is a 5-piece metalcore band hailing from Tel Aviv, Israel. They're about 6 years old now as a band. All the guys in the band met in their local music scene. You've definitely seen them on Instagram Reels or Facebook or YouTube. It's almost impossible to not have them invade your algorithm at some point. They have a sound really similar to like early 2000s metalcore, like As I Lay Dying, Ball for My Valentine. They kind of mix in a bit of After the Burial with the groove, and of course that one song that they do that has all the fucking harmonics. But they have a great sound to them, and you know, with all the overseas bands that I find, I'm always happy to see that metal is alive and well in so many other countries around the world. The band is 3 albums deep currently. They have over 15 million streams, tons of followers on socials, and as I just said a moment ago, they're making some noise. It's more likely that you have seen one of their videos than have not. Yes, I am aware the band recently just had a little controversy, but no, I'm not going to talk about it. I have no opinion on it. This is a music podcast, and that's the only thing that we care about here is the music, right? Right. At number 8 this week, out of Tel Aviv, Israel, keeping the early metalcore sound alive, we have Her Last Sight. This is Dead End. Coming in at number 7, we have Fault Union out of Gastonia, North Carolina. The band has been together since 2011. As far as I'm aware, they are still active, but on social media, they fell off as of January of this year. No posts since January 31st at all. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot to tell you about these guys. However, what I will say is this band's music does speak for itself. They are powerful, they're aggressive, there's so much groove, and I'll cut right to it. They're fucking great. Fault Union, I hope you hear this. I hope you give us an update. Just anything, really. Post something. Announce a show. For the love of God, just don't break up. You guys are way, way too good. Our number 7 song this week comes out of Gastonia, North Carolina. We have Fault Union with Temporary. At number 6, we have a band that I am extremely excited about, a band that I found just a couple days ago on a random Instagram reel. The band is called Sailing Before the Wind, and they are from Tokyo, Japan. They are a phenomenal metalcore band founded by Bitoku, who is formerly the bassist of Crystal Lake. The band formed in 2011. They've released multiple EPs and singles, and on Halloween of this year, Sailing Before the Wind just dropped their very first full-length album entitled Destination. These guys are definitely on my list of bands to interview for 2026, and I'm already working on it. I slid into their DMs. I'm working as much as I can to get this going. I hope you enjoy what you hear as much as I did. Please go follow them, become a fan. They are legitimately one of the best out there. At number 6 this week, from Tokyo, Japan, this is Sailing Before the Wind with Requiem. Number 5, I cannot speak highly enough of these dudes. I found them a couple months back, and as soon as I did, my first thought was, I gotta get them to New York. The band is Kilbarron. They are from Maryland, and these dudes are making their second appearance on the top 10 today. It should come as no surprise. I don't want to give you their entire bio right now because they're also today's guest, and you're going to learn a lot about them later in this episode. I had a great time talking to them, learning about their backgrounds, their aspirations, and their goals as a band. Great bunch of guys. I can't wait to meet them and see them do their thing on a stage, hopefully next year. Enjoy, everybody. Stick around for the interview. Our number 5 song this week, this is Kilbarron off of their 2025 EP, Fragments of My Former Self, entirely recorded, mixed, mastered in-house by the band's guitarist Joey. This is Dream Eater. Cut through the bone. Sinner will serve through my organs, gaining what is left of me. Dead and alone, left to return. Confines of my nightmares with no escape. Coming in at number 4 this week, the literal parade of bands that I have been exposed to just keeps growing and growing, and I fucking love it. Like a lot of bands that I've brought to the top 10 this year, I made a post on Facebook, and these guys saw that, responded, hit me up, saying that they would love to come on the show. They're getting back together, they're reworking their older songs and re-recording them. Extremely exciting stuff. They were so pumped on it. They got me pumped on it. I didn't want to sell them short, and I didn't want to feature something that was going to get a fresh coat of paint, so I waited. I wanted to wait until they dropped what they want everybody to hear, and that happened a couple weeks ago, so now I get to share it with all of you, and I am incredibly excited to do so. The band is Bella Kiss. They are from right here on Long Island. These dudes have been around for a pretty long time now, and they finally got the wheels turning once again for a massive comeback. On December 12th of this year, their album MMXXV will be on streaming. For all I know, that could be a Roman numeral, and I'm just reading into it the wrong way, but, you know, whatever. I'll let them correct me. On February 6th of 2026, they are setting up for a massive comeback show. They're going to be getting back on stage, and they will be bringing Adora Avea, God's Eyes, Firing Squad, and Dr. fucking Acula is going to be taking the stage with them as well. Massive lineup and huge welcome back party. I will be shouting that show out weekly after the holidays are done and we start to build our 2026 event calendar. I'm so happy to welcome back Bella Kiss. I'm going to do my best to get them on the show early next year, so my friends, if you're listening, let's start to put wheels in motion and make it happen. Welcome back, boys. At number 4, we have Bella Kiss off of their soon-to-be streaming album, MMXXV. This is Dear Miss, I'll Never Forget Your Name. Today, I'm out, tobacco away. With your ones and twos, run on. I used to love calling in. 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 I just want to do a quick recap of our top 10 before we get into the top 3 songs of week 34. Number 10, we had Showing Teeth with Labyrinth. Number 9, we had Stray from the Path with Kubrick's Stare. Number 8, we had Her Last Sight, Dead End. Number 7, we had Fault Union with Temporary. Number 6, we had Sailing Before the Wind, Requiem. Number 5, we had Kilbarron with Dream Eater. And at number 4, we just heard from Bella Kiss, Dear Miss, I'll Never Forget Your Name. Coming in at number 3, out of Reading, Berkshire, England, we have Metal Titans, Silosis, led by founder Josh Middleton. Um, Originally the band's lead guitarist, but in 2010 he took over lead vocal duties as well. Middleton is not a human being. There's just no way he could play what he does and sing over it at the same time, but here we are. He's also the only original band member left in the group. Joining him in the 2025 iteration of Silosis, we have Ali Richardson on drums, who is the second longest tenured member of the band. Been with the band since 2014. We have Connor Marshall that took over on rhythm guitar duties in 24, and Ben Thomas also took over on bass in 2024. The band started up in 2000, which means that they're celebrating 25 years as a band this year, or at least Middleton is. It's a massive accomplishment to be around this long. Silosis are one of the most respected bands in the metal genre. They have 2 live albums, 3 EPs, 6 published full lengths, and their 7th is arriving February 20th, 2026, entitled The New Flesh. This is already one of the most highly anticipated metal albums of next year, and they announced a tour to support as well. They'll be here in New York May 7th at the Gramercy in New York City. I'm going to have to spring for tickets and get out there and see these guys. But this week, my friends, we welcome the band Silosis to the Face Music Top 10, and we do so with the title track from their forthcoming album. At number 3 this week, this is Silosis with The New Flesh. At number 2, we head back to Tokyo, Japan with the band Sable Hills. The band is celebrating their 10-year anniversary starting back in 2015, and also with all 5 original members still intact. Sable Hills features Takuya on vocals, Rick on guitars. Fun fact, Takuya and Rick are both brothers, by the way. Aside from them, they have Wataru on guitars and backing vocals. They have Ueda on bass and Keita on drums. They have 3 full-length albums released: Embers in 2019, Duality in 2022, and most recently they dropped Odyssey in 2024. In 2025, the band released 2 brand new singles, Namu and Godforsaken, which features John Henry of Darkest Hour. Sable Hills always seems to be writing and working on new material, so it wouldn't shock me to find out that they'll release new music in 2026, which would also fall in line with their release pattern. So I don't see that being such a far-fetched notion, really. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open for anything that these guys announce. They are legitimately just incredible as a metal band. It's my pleasure every week to bring you artists from everywhere in this world, and it really does show that us metalheads all have one thing in common with each other. The culture runs deep, and that needs to be celebrated. Metal is such a unique and interesting genre, and it's an honor for me to bring these less familiar names to all of you so we can enjoy them all together. At number 2 today, out of Tokyo, Japan, this is Sable Hills with Namu. Number 1 this week, we have the man himself, Mr. Nick Nocturnal, making his Face the Music debut. Nick is one of the only YouTubers that I genuinely enjoy. He just seems like a real-ass dude who's super down with the core. I think he's really unique. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a fucking incredible guitarist, and he's no slouch of a vocalist either. About 6 months or so ago, Nick decided that he was going to leave YouTube and kind of just get his shit together. No YouTube content, nothing on Twitch. Dude's just been gone. Um, well, I guess he found what he had to find because he came back doing new YouTube stuff. He hopped back on Twitch. He just announced the 2025 Nick Nocturnal Awards and dropped a bomb ass new track under his new project, simply entitled Nocturnal. It is such a sick ass song. It's so heavy. It gets kind of trappy and like kind of house musicy. It's insane. I love it. But with one of my favorite YouTubers making his return, especially with such a good song, it was no question what was going to be coming in at number one today. Nick, I would love to get you on the podcast sometime, dude. I want to know your story. I want to know about your music. I want to talk about your music. Our number one song of week 34, my friends. This is Nocturnal with Collapse. You can check out the full songs on the Face Music Top 10s playlist on Spotify by either searching or scanning the code that's on your screen now. I just want to talk to you guys about some upcoming shows. Last few of the year, really. December 7th, that is this weekend at City Sound in Ronkonkoma, New York. We have Major Moment coming down from Boston. We also have Resist the Temptation, Crash the Calm, and The Stitched Up. $18 to get in. There is no bar as far as I'm aware. The owner is okay with a little bit of pre-gaming. Just there's no bar at the venue, so technically they just run dry shows because there's nothing to give you. Just be respectful. Don't show up and act like an asshole. There's a ton of music equipment around. This very easily damaged stuff, so just be respectful. This is a 16 and up show. The event starts at 3:30, so it's nice and early. Come down, throw down, have some fun, enjoy yourself. 12 days later, Amityville Music Hall, December 19th, we have a legitimately stacked lineup. We have Hollow Isles, Long Island's newest post-hardcore band. This is their debut show, and they kick things off for us at 7 p.m. Hollow Isles is my friend Chuck McNally's new band. I am very excited for him. He's done original music in the past, but it has been a very long time. He's been kind of rocking the cover scene for, the better part of the last 10 years. But he finally decided to get an original group back together. So this is very exciting. I would love it if everyone could come out and support Chuck. I will be there. I will definitely be there. I already got my ticket from him a couple weeks ago at the Project Zero show. Also on the bill, aside from Hollow Isles, we have The Greater Us, who's releasing an album at this show. We have the return of I Ignite. We have my boys in Lost Becomes on the show. This is going to be my first time seeing Lost Becomes. They're one of New York's best metalcore bands. I had Tony on the show maybe a month or so ago, and since then he's gotten married. Big congratulations, my friend. I will finally get to see you do your thing live, so I'm very excited. And then to cap off the night, we have the reunion of A Farewell Fire. It's not even fair how good the show is going to be. But like I said, I already got my ticket. It's $15. You can buy from any of the bands or from the Amityville Music Hall website. If you buy from the site, there's going to be a surcharge on it. So hit up the bands and see if they can meet you up or send you a ticket or hold something at the door for you, whatever. But $15, doors are at 6:30. Hiles is there at 7. Get there early, stay late. Last week, I got to go see one of my all-time favorite bands, Avatar. If you are unfamiliar with the band, let me tell you a little bit about them. First off, they are like a real-life death clock. Two absolute virtuosos on guitar. a quirky but hysterically funny drummer who's a monster behind the kit. Alright, so maybe that's where the comparisons stop, because Johannes on vocals can get some crazy lows, but he also hits some Rob Halford-esque highs. And Henrik on bass really has zero resemblance at all to Murderface, but they are a Swedish mellow death band that started up in 2001, who taught themselves how to speak English by watching American television, mostly South Park, which I find hysterical to me. They have a cover, if you know South Park, they have a cover of "I've Got Something in My Front Pocket for You," which is it's just hysterical that they did that, but pretty badass. I have featured Avatar on the show a few times now, mostly stuff that's going to be or is currently on their album that came out on Halloween called "Don't Go in the Forest." Um, every time I get to see these guys, it is an absolute treat. These dudes are always spot on musically. Their stage presence is massive, and everything is so carefully coordinated. They're the only band out there that can still get away with synchronized hairspins. Why? Because it's fucking awesome, and they're Swedish, and you don't disrespect Swedish metal bands. That's why. They just released their brand new album, Don't Go in the Forest. As I said, it was released on Halloween. It's one of the best albums that they've ever released. Definitely one of my favorites for 2025. Lyrically, songwriting, musicianship, it's just, they get so much better with every single album they release. They ended up playing around 2 hours or so. It's about 20 songs, I want to say, touching on just about every album that they've ever put out. They also did a good chunk of the new album live. I think about 6 songs off the new album, which is incredibly ballsy for any band to do that. But all that shit plays so well live. And for an album that's only been around for about a month, everyone in the crowd popped off. They knew every single word. They moshed their asses off. Went absolutely batshit crazy. I do want to say, though, speaking of the crowd, to the crowd surfer who kicked me in the stomach that night, don't flail next time. Let the crowd surf you. Do not try to surf the crowd. Everyone else knew how to stay up. Ironically, she was the smallest and lightest crowd surfer that we had to pass over that night, and I still got. But I bring this show up because aside from Avatar being as good as they are, and as much as I will tell literally every single metalhead I know to go see them live, I had the extreme privilege of seeing 2 other bands on the touring package with them. Spiritworld from Las Vegas, Nevada, a band who's been on my map for about 10 years now. New Zealand metal trio Alien Weaponry was on the show. I heard the name Spiritworld before. I knew nothing about them, or so I thought. As soon as I saw these guys step on stage, I recognized who they were. A little while back, I saw an Instagram ad running. It had one of their music videos. They had these like really cool looking jackets and sunglasses, big beards. I was like, man, they look like the metal version of ZZ Top. But as soon as they got on stage, I saw the jackets. I was like, oh, I know these dudes. I couldn't tell you a single song, but I know exactly who they are. But they have a really cool sound and very recognizable image. And I can't tell you guys how many times this year, by the way, that I have found bands on social media because of ads that they've dropped. Shit works. So if you're in a band, or if you're doing something that requires promotion, don't be afraid to spend a few extra bucks on the advertising, because the shit really honestly works. Spiritworld came on and they blazed through their set, trying to fit as much music in and as little talking in as possible in their quick 30-minute slot. These dudes really only took time to breathe, let the drummer take a sip of water, and to talk shit about how bad Connecticut's pizza is, because Connecticut, your pizza sucks. But they sounded like if you put Lamb of God in the Northwest, that's kind of what they sounded like. Very groove heavy, very just, I mean, I want to say rock and rolly, but not really quite. Just very, very cool sound. It reminded me, honestly, the most of Lamb of God. Great sound though, great energy. they had the crowd just stunned the whole time. The pits were bullshit for them. They tried to spin a circle, but there was like maybe 12 people running in a circle. It was pretty awful. But I think that's more so because they had so many people just into what they were doing that they didn't want to miss anything. They were a brand new band to a lot of people. Um, I think there was one dude in the crowd that knew exactly who they were, like knew their songs. He was running around with his cell phone, but for the most of us, we had no idea. We were just in the moment. But as soon as they gave us a chance to breathe, as soon as they stopped playing, someone in the crowd just screamed, "What the fuck was that? You're awesome!" And we all started laughing because I think we all shared the same sentiment. As soon as the band left the stage, that's all anybody could really say was, "Holy shit, they were so good." Really cool stuff from them. And then Alien Weaponry came on and just crushed. They had pits for days. They had a wall of death during their last song. Their last song, they closed with the one that everyone I kind of think knows the most for, which is Kai Tangata. Came out, probably almost 10 years ago now. They killed it. They are a must-see band. These three dudes have such a crazy on-stage energy. They're so into their culture, and they really allow the crowd to breathe it in and see their passion for this music. Like I said earlier in our top 10, the culture that is metal really does have the power to take you on a journey around the world and see how other countries and cultures embrace this amazing genre of music. This really was an awesome night of metal, and I encourage all of you to go check out these three bands. Go see them live, especially Avatar. They are one of the best live bands that I've ever seen, and they had me absolutely captivated the first time that I saw them 10 years ago now. Got a few things to talk with you guys about in music news, mostly these three crazy tours that just popped up in the last few days. So now, first of all, it was leaked on Thanksgiving that there was going to be a big announcement regarding Evanescence, Poppy, and Spiritbox. And that was going to drop on December 1st. So everybody speculated a tour because it's pretty obvious, given their release of End of You a couple months ago. Everyone either thought like new EP, a tour, both. Both would be great, to be honest with you. But on Black Friday, it was confirmed it was a tour because 3 dates dropped. It was, I believe, Camden, New Jersey, and a couple things overseas, and maybe in Canada. But the full announcement, as planned, dropped on December 1st, and the full North American and European tour had been announced. Spiritbox and Evanescence will be touring the US next summer, and then they add Poppy to the mix and fly overseas towards the end of the summer, early fall. Lamb of God are also hitting the road in 2026, and they are bringing Kubla Khan, Fit for an Autopsy, and Sanguisugabog with them. Tour kicks off March 17th in Maryland at the National Harbor Theater and wraps up April 26th in Boston. It looks like this one goes back and forth across the country and even has a few Canadian dates thrown in the mix. It sounds like a logistical nightmare, but I'm not the one playing the shows or driving the bus, so I don't give a shit. I do know that they have one New York date. I am unaware of when it is exactly, though. So check out their website for all dates. August Burns Red just announced the Spring Horizons Tour with support from Boundaries, Heaven's Gate, Dreamwake, and direct support for this tour will be Amity Affliction. The tour kicks off in Boston on April 10th and wraps in Philly on May 17th. This one's also coming to New York, I believe the Brooklyn Paramount in May. But again, follow them for all dates. In other music news, the Ozzy Osbourne estate, aka Jack and Sharon, launched merch against Roger Waters. If you're unaware, Roger Waters said some dumb shit about Ozzy lately, and instead of letting it go, they decided to retaliate, which is petty and stupid, but whatever. On the front of the shirt, it is an image of the Wall album cover covered over by Ozzy font saying Ozzy rules. And on the back of the shirt, it's the Wall on the ground and Ozzy taking a piss on the album, but instead of piss, it's the the prism rainbow from Dark Side of the Moon. And over that, in the font that they use for the wall, it says another prick in the wall. So, sure, it's funny. I laughed. It's true, for sure. Roger Waters is one of the most creative musical minds of the last 60 years. I will use the word genius. The man is a musical genius, but he is a total prick of a human being. Um, I think the shirt's funny on paper, but I don't think it's one of those things that Ozzy would have given the green light on. I could be totally wrong, but it really just comes across like a Jack and Sharon thing, and it's entirely retaliatory because of Roger Waters' stupid shit that he can't shut his mouth. The dude really can't just shut his mouth. Um, but realistically, he is free to say what he wants to. As much of an asshole as it makes him look, like it's kind of just only making him look bad. But it's kind of a petty move for the shirt to be released. It was only a quick sale for 48 hours, but still, it's kind of dumb. Speaking of outspoken people who are complete and total dildos, let's talk about Danny Filth. Um, a little while back, the guitarist and keyboardist of Cradle of Filth both up and quit. Well, the keyboardist quit. The guitarist gave his notice that he'll be finished by the end of the year, but then publicly berated his boss, Danny Filth, and got shit canned immediately after. But now, as it turns out, on top of Zoe Federoff and Marek Smerda quitting, or suing, I should say, Paul Allender, the band's former guitarist, Lindsay Matheson, a former keyboard player, Richard Shaw, another former guitarist in the band, and Sasha Baxter, who was never in the band but starred in a couple of music videos, they are all suing as well. They're collectively suing Danny Filth, as well as Oracle Management, Cradle of Filth Touring Limited, and Cradle of Filth LLP are all named as defendants in the case. They're suing for copyright infringement, right of publicity, misappropriation of likeness, defamation, unjust enrichment, false designation of origin, and conversion against defendants. This is a major hit against Cradle and Danny, and the drama never really seems to find the fucking finish line with this guy. Licensing, publishing, accounting agreements, never signing agreements in relation to their performances on recorded works, destruction of a microphone belonging to Zoe Federoff, and her in-ear monitors were never returned to her, so let's add theft of personal property onto this. The complaint was filed in late November, so it's still relatively new, but I'm sure more will unfold, and I'm sure that we're going to hear all about it. Will I report on it? Nah, probably not. Unless some legitimately crazy shit comes out. This is the most I've talked about Cradle of Filth in my entire life. Their music sucks. I never enjoyed the band, but I am a big fan of drama. So, we'll see. We'll tackle it when we get there. See what goes on in the courtroom. But yeah, last week I let you guys in on what the next few weeks and final episodes of 2025 are going to look like. I said I would have a survey link sent out for voting on categories, and we're going to do things kind of award show style with our final episode of 2025. So that is still the plan. I'm working hard at getting everything prepared. It's a lot of work considering I decided to do this about 2.5 weeks ago, and it's a one-man deal. So I'm doing what I can, but everything will be done on time. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys all participate on the survey, which is, that's really what makes it fun. I don't want to decide all this shit for myself. I can, but I'd rather you guys help me out with it. It's more fun that way. So keep an eye out. The survey link should be heading to you in about a week or so. Ready for today's special guests? I am. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, out of Laurel, Maryland, my friends in Kilbarron, Joey, Alex, Kyle, Cam. Welcome to the show, boys. Welcome to the Face the Music podcast, everybody. I'm sitting here with Kilbarron out of Maryland. Why don't you guys go around and introduce yourselves for everybody?
So I'm Cam. I do vocals.
I'm Alex. I play drums.
I'm Joey. I play guitar and backing vocals.
I'm Kyle, and I play bass.
Good to meet you guys. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the podcast. I found you guys a couple months ago, And as soon as I heard you, I was like, holy shit. Like you guys have something very unique and very special.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
it's a sound that I've been looking for a very long time. Um, so I have to ask you guys, how long have you been doing this?
Ooh. So this is this is a bit of a long story. Yeah. So our background is like Joey and I kind of we've known each other since high school. So about 15 years or so now, which is
Has it really been
it's
15 fucking? Oh
it's
my
literally been about 15 years or so. We're getting old. Yeah. And we started making music as a duo pretty much when I was like, I don't know, I was like 19, 20, 21.
Yeah, I think I randomly like hit you up and
Yeah.
I was just like, "Hey dude, I really like want to play like some like old like pop punk type shit."
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
I was like, "Can
and
you
this was
play
like
bass?"
yeah, and this was like
That was a while ago.
after I don't know, a couple years of not really hanging out because he had graduated. He's what 3 years older than me, 2 years older than me. So he graduated before me in high school, and I was still like a sophomore or something. And yeah, so he hit me up to do this, and I was like, absolutely, because I remembered him from high school. I remember how good of a musician he was. And I'm like, sure, I've always wanted to be in a band. Let's do it. And so, yeah, we just started writing pop punk stuff. I was playing bass for it. He was doing guitar and vocals and pretty much everything else, mixing, mastering, all that.
All of that music is actually still on SoundCloud.
Yeah, it's on SoundCloud.
It's still on SoundCloud.
Yeah. But yeah, so we did that for a while. And then I think after a couple years of that, we were just kind of like, hey, you want to do a live band? And I was like, sure. And he started writing new riffs, and I started coming up. Well, I guess I decided I was like, you know what, maybe, I'll take the lead on vocals and I'll scream it. Why not? Because I knew how to scream. I've been screaming since I was like in middle school.
Mm.
And so,
Yeah, when you were a kid and you're like,
yeah, like trying to learn and like messing up your voice and all that. Yeah.
pig squealing in the
Yeah.
middle of like,
Yep. Yeah, like
in the middle of like study hall.
dude, yeah, I've been through all of it. But yeah, so and he wrote the riff for PS, our first single that we released, and I decided to scream over it, and yeah, and we were like, let's make this a live thing. Let's get other people. So then we decided to ask Kyle, who's been a longtime friend of ours as well. He's a guitarist, really good guitarist, by the way. We were like, hey, you want to do something different and play bass for us? And he said, yeah, sure.
It's the quintessential. We need a bass player, but you play guitar. So
Yeah.
like, just
So just gonna make you do that. Right. And that was what? That was back in what, 2022?
Yeah,
2023?
PS came out in 2022.
Yeah, but that was just when it was just us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd
like
say
we're-
Kilbarron we've been doing for about 3 years.
Yeah.
But
Okay, very
music
cool.
together, Joey and I music together have been like 10
I think
about.
yeah, but like I think the best part about it was like the whole pop punk thing.
Yeah.
It started as a joke.
Yeah, it literally
Yeah.
is
Like,
a joke.
It started as like it literally started as just like I'm a really angsty young adult. Like I hate where I'm at in life and I just want to like make something of myself and just put something out that's like funny. Like literally all the lyrics was just like
Yeah.
like I
goofy
think we
stuff.
wrote a song about like jerking off.
Yeah,
or something.
we wrote a song about that. We wrote a song about don't talk to me or my cat ever again.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. This is all on SoundCloud, by the way. But
yeah.
but like I think the best part about it was like it started out truly from like a point of like friendship and like passion. Like we just wanted to have fun.
That's
And, like,
awesome.
And like ever since then, like sure we've had our ups and downs, and like I remember Cam, like you and I had the conversation. We were like, do you want to take this seriously or not? Like, do you want to do that? And then like it took so long to find like a drummer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous. And like it got to the point where we were like close to giving up, but then like we just kind of reminded each other that like it's more about just having fun and like it'll come and all that stuff. And I mean, we're here now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so worth
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
know,
But
I
like,
think-
I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I think it's funny that you guys have two of the most common tropes in every band that's starting up. Is the bassist that's forced to switch because his passion is guitar or another instrument, but now he plays bass because you need him to.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
And the purely I'm gonna make a joke out of pop punk songs and throw it under an angsty title just to make
Yeah.
fun of it, but that's actually really serious.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
it's like if you made a bingo card based on local bands, like you would check those off pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
dude, we won the
100%.
fucking 3-line like right away.
Right. Exactly.
No, but yeah, like we like eventually like after Kyle graciously agreed to play bass. Like
persuasion.
yeah, it was funny. Yeah, like we literally like Cam and I had a plan. Like we were like, all right, we're gonna invite Kyle over. Like we're gonna show him like the new shit that we wrote, and then we're gonna be like, yeah, you like it? Yeah, you like it?
You want to play
Yeah,
it?
you want to play it?
Yeah.
I just learned how to play this one song real quick.
That's
Okay, you're in.
dude. You literally played. You literally learned it that day.
Yeah.
And then we were like, so, you
play
want
bass,
to
right?
play bass? Like right at the end.
Yeah.
But, I was sitting there and I was like, well, yeah, I guess that was pretty easy. I could do that. Yeah. I could make that a thing.
I just realized like we have to.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, that was a whole thing, and like we we eventually put out Smile and Move On.
Yeah.
That was the EP, the first EP, and then we went through a small lineup change, and then we found this guy.
Yeah. This beast right here.
Yeah, this guy. All of this happened like since Smile and Move On.
Yeah.
Like all of this kind of happened really fast, and we were just like,
It's been a span of like a year and a half.
It's been
Wow.
it's been a year since it's been a year since I joined Kilbarron. Yeah, I want to say it's about
Yeah.
like November. I
Okay.
think is when I tried out for you guys. Yeah.
Wow. Well, congrats.
Thanks.
So now you guys had mentioned that two of you have been playing together for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
How long have you guys been playing your instruments? Like I know Cam, you said you started on bass, right?
So, for the old pop punk project, yes, I played bass, and for the beginning of Kilbarron, so Smile and Move On, I tracked bass for.
Okay.
But everything else has been him writing them, him tracking and adding his own flavor to it, right? So that makes him the goat, right? But I mean,
well, that's up until recently.
yeah, I guess,
Yeah.
fair
Because
enough.
well, no, because like for the recent EP for Fragments of My Former Self,
Yeah, true.
we kind of took like the
Yeah,
approach of like everyone's gonna like kind of write.
yeah, right.
Well,
their own-
specifically Alex.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I also
Hmm.
wrote before Fragments of My Former Self. I wrote all the drums too. So
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing vocals since the beginning of Kilbarron. This is my first time actually being a front man. Like
Yeah.
I never did vocals in a band ever. I mean, I did backing vocals. I've played in a couple other bands, since becoming an adult, graduating high school, in college. But I was never the front man. I always played bass in those bands.
Right.
So yeah, I've been I guess a vocalist for a while, but for this band specifically since 2022, so about three years now.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
What about the rest of you guys? How long have you been playing your instruments?
How old am I? I've been playing drums now for just under 30 years.
Damn, dude. Good for you.
I've been playing drums since I was 5. Yeah, I'll be 35 this year. Yeah, that all makes sense.
The maths.
But I've been playing drums since I was 5. Used to listen to a lot of like older prog metal, so like Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Rush, and then as I grew up through the years, like Dream Theater and all that stuff. And then I had all of that background as far as my favorite drummers, and then I joined a ska band. So I was in a ska band. I was in a ska band, and I toured with them for probably the better part of 3 or 4 months.
Cool.
It was a blast. I had a lot of fun because
Mhm.
it was such a different style of music than what I'm used to playing, and I always liked the challenge. And then after that, it's just been nothing but really more prog rock and then kind of moving into like the hardcore scene with these guys.
Mm.
So
So, who are the Who are the drummers that caught your attention? Because at 5 years old, it's got to be hard to latch on to focusing on playing anything, let alone something as complicated as the drums. So, who was it that made you say, "This is really cool. I want to do this"?
So there were a couple, and I was very fortunate at the time. When I was young, I was taking drum lessons, and through the teacher that I had, I got to meet a couple of drummers in person. Um, probably the biggest one for me was Carl Palmer from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I got to meet him. They played at the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
I got to meet him and Keith Emerson backstage, and I got to I got a chance to not really have a full conversation with Palmer, but kind of explain to him that like he was one of my biggest idols, and he was just like never stop. And pretty much from that, it was I never stopped. But
Yeah.
also, I had the opportunity to meet Terry Bozzio, who used to be the drummer for
Oh,
Frank
that's cool.
Zappa,
Very cool.
and I met him, and kind of the same thing. I met him on multiple occasions. Just a really really nice dude. And then Greg Bissonette, who's been a session drummer for everybody under the sun, but he used to play more so for. He was a drummer for Steve Vai for a while. Um, so basically, just seeing all of like these big name drummers over time, kind of is what led me into not stopping and wanting to continue to keep playing. So
That's really cool, dude. And now you mentioned Red Bank, New Jersey. Are you from up north?
I'm from New Jersey originally. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
born and raised, and then moved down here back in 2023.
Oh, cool.
So
Very cool. Joey, what about you, dude?
I think I've been playing guitar now for 26 years, I
Wow.
believe. Yeah, I'm bad with math. 26 or 27. But I started out. I think when I was a kid, I found that my dad kept like a classical guitar, like in like the living room, and like I mean, he plays, but he's not like he doesn't actively play. I think he just learned to play so he could get laid when he was younger. But 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 like I was playing with my action figures. I specifically remember I found that guitar and I took it out and I just never put it away. Like I just kept playing, honestly. And like I know the cliche thing of like you never the guys that like that are the best at playing guitar, they don't go out, they party, or they don't go out and party, they just fucking like practice all day. That's kind of like what I did.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't like want to get good, it's because it was more so just like I had nothing else to do.
Hmm.
Like I had a very sheltered childhood with a lot of video games, and the other side of that was just playing guitar. And like eventually I think I came to a decision in my life where I was just like, do I want to play video games or do I want to play guitar? And so I just started I just took guitar super seriously, and I never had a lesson in my life, and I just yeah.
Shout out to the self-taught guitar players.
Shout out.
That
Yeah.
that shit is not easy.
It's not, dude. YouTube, I'm so happy that YouTube was a thing. Like when I was a teenager, like it was, oh my God. I don't think I could learn guitar like without YouTube.
See, like I'm self-taught too, but YouTube was not a thing, at least functionally, when I was
Uh,
learning. It was just dumb shit.
it was just
24/7.
memes.
Yeah, dude. Like when I started taking guitar seriously, the things that were around was like the it's the Juggernaut bitch videos.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Okay.
So there was no hope for learning on YouTube. Nowadays, it's great.
Yeah, right. It's just
But
shit
back in
posting
like
left and right.
05, 06, it was a cesspool.
Fred.
So what made you want to go heavy? Because learning classical, or at least on a classical guitar, I'm sure you're not really thinking like I'm gonna be in a metal band one day. I'm gonna play pop
Yeah.
punk or
Well, yeah, I think like I said, I was around like 6 or 7 at the time, and I have two older sisters, and like my oldest sister's like, I mean, she still is. She's like super into like corn and a lot of new metal. And like my other sister, she wore the whole like trip pants thing in high school and like was super into like Slipknot and like all this other shit. And like I remember going into her room when she was away and stealing all of her CDs and like learning of like what the fuck is this? Like holy shit, right? Like this is so fucking cool. Um and like that's kind of what put me on the path to like playing metal or like any subgenre of metal really. I just love it all. Um
So
but
you start tuning that classical guitar down to drop F sharp, and it's just off to
yeah,
the
pretty
races.
much, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna ever tune a Takamine real quick. No, but like
Just playing blind on an acoustic guitar.
yeah, pretty much. Dude. But I like my dad, he was super into um like classic rock and like new wave British heavy metal shit. Like he was really into like Iron Maiden and then of course like the classics. Well, it's crazy it's calling it classics, but like, you know, like Eddie Van Halen,
Yeah,
Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, all of like that all of the guitar players that you would see on the walls at Guitar Center, he listened to.
yeah.
And like that's kind of what got me to play, but what got me into metal was actually my sister. And like I can't thank her enough for that because I wouldn't be wouldn't be here without her. So
That's awesome, dude. That's I always like hearing about, when people discover what they're passionate about. I I find it to be some of the most cliche questioning when I interview bands. It's like, do I want to ask it? But I love learning about everyone so much that I have to ask, like who's the influences, who got you started into metal, what made you say this is what I love now? And everyone's got a different answer. So that's really cool, you know? Um,
Guitar Hero 2. I can thank Guitar Hero 2 for my metal
dude,
introduction.
I can't
exactly.
I can't tell
Laid to
you.
Rest by Lamb of God was like my foray into metal, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I
And then like
cannot
from that point on, Chris Adler was just like somebody I tried to emulate for.
I cannot tell you how many times in the in the 1 year that I've been doing this that people have said Guitar Hero is the reason that they're into metal music.
Dude,
And
it's
I'm
so
like,
true
damn, dude,
though.
that's nuts. Like Guitar Hero got me into metal. Guitar Hero wanted me to play or wanted taught me how to like play guitar and want to pursue actually learning guitar. It's like, man, I don't even know if Guitar Hero and Rock Band like understand the impact they had because it's more than half the people I've interviewed. Like it's a lot of people. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
great.
man. I mean, I'll admit, dude, I was addicted to that shit too. Like, even like I would go to the Best Buy like down the street, right? And like they had like you know like the setup that people could go and like
Yeah.
try like the demo mode of like Guitar Hero 2.
Yeah,
I would just
remember
fucking
that.
post up and be like, "Hey, yo, you want 1v1 me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like, can you play on expert?
Yeah.
Like, can you play on expert? Can you full combo bark at the moon, bro? Like, and I was
That's
just
not
like,
me.
"Yeah,
No.
bro, I'll post up there. Like
Yeah.
when I was a kid,
Yeah.
just like starting shit.
Yeah, dude. It was
Dude,
fun.
they brought it to Dave and Buster's at one point. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
it's on now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the
Yep.
machines now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
cool.
surprisingly, they're
round
still
one.
there.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah. They have them at round one too.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Nice.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys have round one down there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out round one, my claw addiction.
Right.
Yeah.
Claw game addiction.
Claw
Wow,
game and
you're really good at it.
Japanese plushie.
You're really good at it
shit.
though. I would say Tony Hawk games inspired my, my
Amen,
love
dude.
for like metal and punk and all that. So
Dude, do you remember the Burnout soundtrack?
yes,
I would just like
absolutely.
leave
Yes.
like Burnout 3
Yep.
Takedown. I would leave that on like
Yep,
just
listen
to
to it. Yes,
listen
you
to
can
the
listen to the soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same. It's so good.
I think it was like Tony Hawk's I think it was Underground or American
Yeah.
Wasteland.
Yeah,
That
American
they had
Wasteland's my
like
favorite.
they had Black Label by Lamb of God. They had
Yep.
I
Yeah.
I forget what song. I think it was Souls of Black by Testament. They did some heavy shit on there.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah,
And
they did.
dude, it was the same thing. I would just find
Yeah.
myself listening to the soundtrack over and over and over again.
Yep,
I'm like, I
yep.
don't want to play the game. I just want to listen to this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Found
Yeah.
myself like going into the menu, turning off the other genres of music
Yep,
just so
yep.
it's rock and metal. And
Yep. Same. Yeah.
so now I'm kind of bad with names, so forgive me. But Kyle, right, bass player.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So what about you, dude? Let's hear your story.
So let's see. I think I started 22 years ago. I think I started playing guitar. It was really I heard my brother playing because he used to play guitar as well. It still does a little bit, but kind of fell off.
Was he peer
Uh,
pressured to bass too?
no, he was not. But no, I heard him. He was downstairs practicing like "Light to the Flies" by Trivium
Oh,
one
cool,
night,
dude.
and just out of nowhere, like for the longest time, I was that kid that was like, "How do you listen to metal? It's so like, how do you understand it?" And I don't know, just for some reason, like when I heard that, it just kind of clicked in my head. I was like, "That sounds cool as fuck," and I want to try that. So then I hit up my cousin. He was trying to get rid of his guitar, and he was like, "Sure, $25 for a little first act, you know, a Yamaha and a first act amp." So I started from there, and then kind of went off and on for a few years. But yeah, and then bass I picked up. You know, what was it, 2 years ago? I think a little over 2 years ago I joined. And yeah, there's been going on that. And for that, Cam was my biggest inspiration because I didn't really pay attention to a lot of like bassists and growing up, and like I'm obviously just playing guitar. I was like, what do I need to know about that for?
Yeah.
Because also self-taught, so like
I'll never be
I
a
didn't
bassist.
understand.
Yeah.
But then yeah, so Cam was showing me. He was showing me how to play some of the songs, and he made it look so easy and just made it look natural. And I was like, that kind of looks cool. I'm gonna do that. So
Thanks.
I
Appreciate
tried it,
that.
and yeah, here we are.
So now I'm not one to reflect and say, "Damn, I feel old." But you just said you learned oh God, like light to flies 20 something years ago. I'm like, "Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
That did actually come out
yeah.
like
By
21
the
years ago
way,
now."
It's
Oh.
been that long, man. That was actually Ascendancy was one of the CDs I stole from my sister.
oh, yeah, actually, as it should be, as it should be.
Dude, Ascendancy was kind of like my metal awakening.
Oh god, yeah, so
It,
good.
it was a perfect record. And like my friend came over one day, he was so excited. He's like, "You have to listen to this." And this is one of the moments where YouTube was great. He showed me the video for Pull Harder, and I was like, "What is this, dude?"
Oh yeah.
And we went on a binge after that. We found the video for Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation,
Mhm.
Flies. We put on the whole album. I was like, "Oh my God, what just happened to me?"
Good.
And from there, it was off to the races, dude. Like, so much of how I write now is because of that album, with like the melodic leads and stuff, but also the octaves, how broad they make everything sound with octaves, and it's very, very cool. But dude, what a trip to think that that's a 21-year-old album now.
And then I found what was it? Stand Up and Scream by Asking Alexandria
Oh,
very
cool.
shortly after that. And that kind of that's where it really kind of sunk in, and that's what made me a metalhead. That's when I discovered Gallops. And like,
I didn't mean to steal them. I was just gonna say that like Matt Heafy is like one of my biggest inspirations as well. Like he's the writing style, everything about him, his persona. Like he's one of my heroes. But
Dude, Heavey's a god.
Yeah.
Did they come down to Maryland this year with Bullet?
they did, yes. Yeah.
Did you
at some
guys catch the
point.
tour?
I couldn't catch it. Actually, Gabe went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gabe went, and he
Okay.
said it was a great time. Yeah.
Dude, it was nutty. I saw them up here, and I love Bullet. They're another like big inspiration with me, but Trivium could have played and I could have just left after that.
Yeah.
Like the show was Trivium. ABR and Bleed from Within were also fantastic, but dude, hearing Trivium play everything on Ascendancy, like even songs that they swore they were never gonna play live, like Declaration, they said they were
Yep.
never gonna do it live, and then hearing it, I was like, I don't need to stay. I can just go. Like,
Right.
I'm good. I don't need to hear the Poison live. I'm all right.
Right.
But yeah, that's an amazing album, and to see how many people that it actually like reached out to and grabbed the same way is very cool.
Yeah.
So Asking Alexandria is not one that I hear too many people go off on though. They're a band that's very like hot or cold.
oh
And by that
Yeah.
I mean
Oh,
people
yeah.
either love them or despise them.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what was it about them that drew you in?
like I said, that was a real. I can't talk. Sorry. I think that was the first time I really started under heard a lot of breakdowns and really started to understand the importance of breakdowns and just how good they can be.
Mm.
Because it's just that early 2000s metalcore breakdown just sings to my soul in a way. That and like I said, I loved doing the gallops. I just would sit there, and when I was practicing guitar, I would just practice just gallops. I would just sit there and just for like an hour straight. I still do that. Galloping is so much fun. I love it. And like, yeah, I don't know, it was just something about just really understanding and like drop D, finally getting down and like learning how to properly use that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, they were just good. They just scratched an itch that I didn't know existed at the time when, I really didn't know how to look for more metal bands, because all I knew is what my brother could show me, and then like I would find on like iTunes.
Yeah.
So it was really just a lot of like the most popular stuff. So I would get the Asking Alexandria, A Day to Remember, those kind of, I'm not going to say founders, but the early ones, the ones that everybody knew at one point.
Well, I mean, you can't say founders because Atreyu might sue you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they would beat me for that. Sorry. No, I apologize.
They invented metalcore.
Yeah.
So.
You would wait me right side of the bed.
I kind of had the same hunger for more at one point, where it's like I have this arsenal of music that I'm listening to regularly, but I wanted more in terms of breakdowns. And like Trivium was doing it for a while. They were fine, but they were growing outside of that. And every other band I was finding was not in that niche where they would like focus a song around a breakdown. So I was like, what can I do? I gotta find something. Like people I talked to in high school I wasn't talking to anymore. So I was like, I'm kind of on my own here. I found Attack Attack.
Yep.
And through them I found Abandon All Ships.
Yep.
And that led me to A Day to Remember. I was like, okay, there's a whole other world of this shit that's currently happening.
Yep.
And they're using keyboards and it's weird. But sorry, I still have that cough from when I canceled with you guys a couple weeks ago.
Oh, God. All good. All good.
Sucks, man. But yeah, there's so much to this genre, and it's cool to learn. Like I said, where everybody comes from with it. Even a lot of metalheads don't listen to just metal either. They broaden outside to hip hop or pop punk or pop. I mean, shit, early 2000s pop is my jam.
Yeah,
like
same.
I can't tell you how many like metalheads I've met over my life that absolutely love Paris or Piverus, however you like.
Oh yeah,
but just absolutely love them.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever listened to one of their songs, but
they're really good. I recommend it. You should check it out.
A lot of the metalheads I know, like they're the typical crowd that if you're at a show and the sound guy decides between bands he's gonna put on like In Sync, they'll lose they'll lose their minds. And I'm one of those.
That's me. I'm also one of those.
Yeah. Notice in the last year or so they've been defaulting to Hot to Go as well.
Wow. That's a good one.
Gross.
Gross.
I'm not a Chaparral fan.
I went to go see Periphery on their recent tour, and that was the biggest like downer, is being all hyped and ready for them to come on, and then Hot to Go comes on and everybody's freaking out and losing their minds singing along with it in the crowd. I'm like, where am I?
See, for a minute the big songs were Living on a Prayer and Don't Stop Believing, and people would go ape shit for that. And then it started to shift a little bit, and then it was like early pop. Then it was Sleep Token. Everyone had to play Sleep Token between the sets. And now it's just like weird music. Like just almost atmospheric music.
Yeah.
But
I need something to hype me up.
Yeah, dude.
Hype me up. Something to wake me up. Yeah.
Especially it depends on who you're seeing before the headliner.
Right.
You might need that like little bit extra. It's like, all right, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit openers, and it's like, man, we should have just came in late. We should have just got a beer or just anything. But please, for the love of God, play "Living on a Prayer" or something. Like,
right, yeah.
Because now it's late. Now you're tired, and you're like every other band like that was on before the headliner sucked, and you're just like, I'm ready for bed, so I need something.
And then the headliner comes on. They're like, "Come on, you guys still with us?" We're like, "No, dude.
No.
We checked out 2 hours ago."
Mentally, I'm already on the drive home.
No, the sound guy wouldn't play the shit we know, so this sucks.
Right.
I did just I just went to go see Avatar the other night. Are you guys
Oh
familiar?
shit!
Do you know the band Avatar at all?
I don't.
I do not know.
No.
Swedish melodic death metal. Um,
Oh shit!
Mixed with like metalcore and a little bit of rock and roll.
Okay.
They're phenomenal.
Mm.
Um, a very guitar heavy band. They are just world class musicians. They're like if Death Clock was a real band.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's my jam.
Hell
Yeah, check them out for sure. But
Add to the list. I love Death Clock.
Are you into like European power metal at all?
give me an example. I'll
Like
tell you.
I guess folk metal like Blind Guardian
Yeah,
and shit. Yeah,
for sure.
they came to the Fillmore last week. Yeah, I went and I saw them. It was absolutely amazing. It was
I saw Blind Guardian one time. I don't remember the name of the album, but it was the one that had Sacred Worlds on it.
is that
Something through time, a passage through time. I
yeah,
don't know,
something like that. Yeah.
but they were incredible live. But the openers weren't fantastic. I think it was like Seven Kingdoms was one of the openers. They were all right. I don't remember the other one for shit. But where I was going with the Avatar thing is that the openers were actually incredible at the show, and they were. I mean, one band people knew, another band everyone's like, "Who the hell is that?" The first opener was the band Spiritworld, which I don't know if you guys are familiar.
I don't think I've heard of them though.
If I had to give you a description on them, they are like uh if Lamb of God was from the West Coast.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Cool.
super fun, heavy as hell, but very like theatric with how they write their music. The singer is basically like he wants to be a director, so everything is very like production heavy. But they came out and killed it. They crushed, dude. Um, I would say they played for about 30-ish minutes, but couldn't tell where one song ended, the next began because they were just pushing through their set. They talked like maybe one time in the entire set.
Wow.
Nice.
Crushed the crowd. Then they come off and everyone's like, "What the hell was that? What just happened?"
Yeah.
And everyone's just talking. Like I hear everyone going, "What the fuck?" Like it was so good. Who are these guys?
Holy shit. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then the next band after them is I don't know why I'm fuzzing on their name. Shit, I can't think of it now. They're the New Zealand metal band, the trio. Alien Weaponry.
Okay.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've definitely
Okay.
heard that name before.
So they're big on New Zealand culture, like hakas and all that shit.
Yeah.
And they come out and they're just ripping through their shit. They're like a three-piece, like Metallica, heavy Metallica influence,
Mhm.
and they carry the crowd straight through Avatar. And by the time Avatar came on, everybody's like just not worn out, but all the energy in the room was just like it was like dormant.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it felt like a buzz, but no one knew what to do when Avatar came on. Because it's like, wait a minute, we just had the shit kicked out of us for the last hour and a half. Like this
Right,
was
yeah.
so good that we're not used to the two great openers before the headliner.
Right.
And then Avatar comes on and plays like a 2 hour set, levels the place. But it's a really rare thing where it's like everything about the night, from openers to in between music to the close, was flawless.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know where I was going with that. I just wanted to tell you guys that.
I mean, shit, man. If sweating could make sound, it would probably sound like it would probably sound like tear down and
Yeah.
changeover.
Yeah. Right. Oh. Yeah,
So
I've had a few of those experiences though. Sorry, I was just gonna say I've had a few
yeah,
of those
go for it.
experiences when it comes to shows. Like, I mean, I haven't been to like a bigger show in a long time. I did just go and see the Home Team with one of my friends a couple weeks ago at the Fillmore. I don't really listen to that genre, but I will say every band like killed it. Like it was the energy itself was what made the night great. I mean, and they're all great. Like the music's fine, I have no issue with it.
Right.
And all of the like singers are like incredible vocalists. So but yeah, it was a good time. So I definitely see, where you're coming from with that. When the whole night is just great simply because the bands are all good.
Yeah. Yeah, when there's a flow between the bands and the crowds are all into it, like it just makes the whole experience that much better, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
So, I did want to ask you guys though, with Kilbarron specifically, have you guys toured at all, or have you just stayed local, or
We have not toured, not yet.
We're
okay?
babies.
Yeah, right.
We are actually babies.
Yeah.
Aren't
But
you guys all in your 30s though?
well, I'm the youngest. I'll be 30 in February, but
Okay, so you
um,
guys aren't babies.
yeah, no, we're not babies.
Yeah,
But as a
yeah.
band, I guess we're still babies because we're still pretty new with the like live band kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, we've been staying mostly local. The farthest we've gone is Fredericksburg in down in Virginia.
Yeah.
Played at
Okay.
Madame Oddities.
Yeah.
Shout out Madame Oddities. It's a great little venue. And that's only about maybe what 2.5 hours from us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we mostly for now have been staying, within from like Baltimore down to like we played in Easton, which is about I don't know, about an hour and a half from us.
Yeah. Shout out
Mhm.
Easton Pizza.
Shout out Easton Pizzeria. Um, also a dope spot. But yeah, we haven't started touring yet, but
Okay.
we're thinking about it.
Well, we're I don't want to give away too much. But
Yeah.
we are
Working on something.
working
Yeah.
on something.
Yeah.
Something,
Yeah.
yeah.
So all I'm gonna say, New York's not that far.
Fair enough.
If I can easily get you guys shows up here if you ever want to come up for a weekender. There's so many bands that I could set you guys up with that'll help you network and stuff too. But
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
you guys are a band that should really you should expand as soon as you can because what you have is something definitely unique enough to catch on.
Wow.
So,
I appreciate it. Yeah, much appreciated.
of course.
Yeah.
um it's rare because like I find a lot of bands doing this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the show at all, but every week I do a top 10, and there was one week where I did a top 20 and it was all local bands playing excuse me, a festival that we had set up here that was all local bands. So I did a top 20, but now I have a playlist that I do every week where I add all the top 10s to it, and I'm at 350 songs, and a third of that is all unsigned independent artists.
Wow.
So to say that when a band really catches my ear and I'm that quick to move on them, it's like I want to do everything I can to help you guys and be a resource for you guys because
Wow.
Thank you.
there's so many bands that are like, man, they're really good. They got something. And then I heard you guys, I was like, holy shit, wait a minute. These guys really got something. Like this.
Thank you.
And to find out you've only been doing it a couple of years is crazy, you know. There's an insane amount of talent out there right now, and I'm beyond blown away by everything I'm hearing. So I'm very excited to see what you guys grow to be. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really cool. And you said like Kilbarron only started 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Our first single came out 2022. So yeah, but I mean the actual like the band, like the writing and stuff probably
Mhm.
started in like I don't know, 2020, 2019 maybe even like started writing some little
like,
things,
it was
but yeah, on and off. But like our first release was 2022.
we weren't even a full band when that came out.
Yeah, no,
Like,
we were just us two.
Yeah, like when we finally became like a band where we could like, go out and play bills and
Mhm.
start networking, like it was like what? It's only been like 2 years.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's only been 2 years.
So
Seriously.
Yeah, and it's funny that like you mentioned, that the music stands out to you because when I was contacted by these guys to
Mhm.
try out, the first song that I had listened to from them was Hourglass, which was the most recent single that they had put out before I had joined, and I I think I kind of found you guys by like a fluke.
Yeah.
Like I got the message on like a fluke. Like I really wasn't supposed to be.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm sure you know the website Bandmix.
yeah.
So I had made a band mix account like years ago when I was still living in Jersey,
Okay.
and I forgot about it. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, I got a little notification on my email that said like, there's bands that want to speak to you. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I moved out of the area. Let me see what I got. And then Kilbarron was like, I think Joey was
Found
the
them.
one that had messaged me and was like, because I had videos of drum covers and stuff that I've done, and Joey was like, here's our music. Do you like what do you like what you hear? And I listened to it and I was like, these guys are dope. And I had the opportunity to like talk to them over Discord, and they realized I wasn't a serial killer, so that was a plus.
That's like one of the first few questions.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a very rigorous screening process when I joined. But but then, from that point on, once I had listened to Hourglass, I was like, man, I have so many ideas already in my head for how I want to kind of like tweak it and make it my own.
Hmm.
And then I had the opportunity to try that song out with them, and I think we also did Whirly Bird, and I forget what
I think
else.
it's Threads.
Threads, I
Yeah,
think, was the other
Threads.
one. And then they kind of started showing me some of the stuff that they were working on for Fragments of My Former Self, and I was like, oh yeah, I fuck with this. Like this is like right up my alley. And I was, I tried to get as creative as I could with it, but it was the music to me that really stood out and the reason why I wanted to pursue it.
Yeah.
And I got lucky landing where I did. So
I will say it's actually because of you that we figured out like the sound that we want to go for. Because like everything before Fragments is kind of like edging you into being like heavier. It's like slowly getting heavier, ever so slowly, and then like, I mean, not to give too much away, but it's slowly getting heavier, like, but like, yeah, we feed off a lot of this guy's energy, and like it's influenced a lot of my playing and my writing. So like, he was like the perfect fit, and like, yeah,
thanks.
That's awesome. It's very wholesome. um yeah, it's cool when like, you find the right guy or the right person to be in a band and everything just starts to make sense. And when it's the right lineup, when it's like we're all comfortable with each other, we're all inspiring each other, we're firing on all cylinders. This is it. Um and now it seems like, I don't know if it's the case because of social media and I don't really I just see what I see, but it seems like you guys play a lot of shows. Is that accurate?
Well, I would say more recently we have. When
Okay.
we first started, I guess in the first year that we were a full band, we only played like two, I think.
yeah, because we had the lineup.
Yeah,
change.
because then we had the lineup change, so we took a break, and then we really just started playing shows again. Our first one this year was back in what was it, August?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
it
this
was-
is
yeah, it was
yeah.
Alex's
Oh
birthday, yeah.
yeah, that was the first show that we had played in like a year and a half since the lineup
Oh, wow.
change.
Yeah, the huge gap between that though was like it took a while for us to get another drummer and then another guitar player.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like it was all about just getting them up to speed, and then we had all these ideas for Fragments,
Mhm.
and like we just decided like let's introduce the new lineup with a whole new fucking EP. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do
Whole
that.
new sound.
So like we
new
kind of
beat.
just like we took those few months to just like get our ducks in a row, and then
Yeah.
ever since then it was just like we have something to play live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's just fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Let's just
I mean, we have
play
to
like
live. We have
yeah.
friends to play live with.
Yeah.
So we might as well just set stuff up and
Yeah.
reach out to people and yeah. So I would say yeah, just more recently we've been playing a lot.
Cool. Have you guys had the opportunity to play, I don't know what the scene is like in Maryland, but do you guys get opportunities to play with national acts coming through the area or any big names?
Not yet.
No?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But
Okay.
mostly local. Mostly just local friends that we've made throughout the scene, and we'd put shows together with them. We did the Fredericksburg show. We were opening for touring acts. I wouldn't say they were like national, but they were from I think the two bands that were touring were from New York, actually, from like
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
rock, yeah, like upstate.
I know,
Yeah,
I know one of the bands is from Syracuse.
yeah,
yeah, yeah. It was
Do you
Prawn
remember
and
the
Quantifier.
names?
Yeah, Prawn and Quantifier.
yeah.
I don't know those guys.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
sound
They're great.
they're insane.
Yeah, they're really good.
Like, bro, like if there's anyone who could cover Meshuggah, it would probably
Oh,
be
yeah?
Quantifier.
Yeah, Quantifier's
Wow.
insane.
Like, they are insane.
Yeah, but I would say other than that, we've mostly just been like setting up local, local shows with friends.
That's cool.
We've kind of been on the like the on this I guess we've been writing it out where it's like we're really just like I know it's cliche, but like we really are just doing it for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like we have, it's always a thought in the back of our head that like we want to take it seriously and
Mhm.
see how far we can take it, right? But
Yeah.
like I mean, it's been so much fun just like playing with like your friends' bands, and then you
Right.
guys just shoot the shit afterwards.
right.
Like,
Or go to
like
Denny's.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then like it's so sick because like when you're friends with everybody, like good friends with everybody,
yeah.
changeover is like there's no
Easy.
stress.
Yeah,
Like everyone is just having a good time. Everybody knows everybody, and like everyone's friends knows everybody, and it's like
Yeah.
that's like every show we've played recently.
Yeah.
It's been great.
yeah. Low stress, just kind of chill.
And like when I first started, like I was terrified because I've never been in a band before. I started with Kilbarron,
Right.
so I was so scared, play live. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to actually like do it, if I was going to, just get up there and absolutely flop. But after that first show, I literally went to Joey and I was like, "Thank you for making me join the band." It was like this, it was just so much fun, and it really was kind of like, "Oh, yeah, you want to play in the bass?" I was like, "Thank you."
That was also like one of the big things for me too when I joined. They were like, "Oh, we want to take this serious to a point," but then at the same time, we all realize that like we're adults and we all have our own lives outside of this.
Right.
And it was probably, within me joining Kilbarron, my wife was pregnant, so I'm like, shit, what do I do now with, now I have a kid on the way, and like she's been incredibly supportive with me through the whole thing. She's also a bassist, so she
cool.
she was not a guitarist first. She was but so she's been like super supportive throughout the whole thing, and these guys have been great with me, and even with my kid. He's my little roadie. So
Shout out mom and little one.
yeah.
That's very, very cool. Yeah, man, there's nothing quite like, having the support behind you like that. It's important, if you feel passionately about something, it's a hard call to make sometimes, to be like, I have to divide my time even more, you know. Um, and if you have someone that supports you doing that, dude, never let it go.
Oh, yeah.
Never let that shit go.
I mean, we've each of us, we have a lot of like, we're really busy outside of the band. And like, I remember we had a talk where we were like, let's, we have a good thing going.
Yeah.
Like, let's all figure out what we can do to kind of just like, make it work
Yeah.
because like, this is, yeah, like we take into account like each other's like schedules all the time. Like to the point where it's like, I mean, we'll go sometimes. I mean, recently we'll go like maybe 2, 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Like just like shit's going on.
Yeah,
That's cool. Like if you
Yeah.
got to worry about that,
yeah,
let me do what you got to do. Like
Yeah.
I'll take care of what you need to do, and like
yeah.
yeah,
Especially like
get to it.
I feel like I have like the weirdest schedule out of like the people in the band because I work weekends specifically.
Oh yeah.
And as you know, like most
Yeah.
shows are thrown over the weekend. So it's like, I mean, granted, I take off work or whatever, but if it can't work, if they ask me like in our group chat or Discord, they're like, "Hey, are we able to play this?" I'm like, and they're totally understanding. They're like, "Yeah, it's totally fine. It happens."
Mhm.
But we definitely, I think, make it work pretty well for our schedule and how hectic our lives are, in
Yeah.
general. So yeah, it's great.
That's good. No, I mean, I don't want you to tell me what it is you do if I want you to get into trouble and shit, but are you in a position where like you work late nights on weekends?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
So that's
yeah, like I mean, I can tell you guys what I do. I mean, I'm an AV tech.
cool.
I essentially do sound for a company that I won't name, but I do, yeah, I do sound over the weekend for different bands and whatnot at the venues, but
Cool.
Yeah. So very late nights. I'm not getting home till like after 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
This dude
Yeah.
will text me at like 4 in the morning, expecting me to answer.
yeah, I forget sometimes because I mean 4 a.m. to me is like I guess like 8 p.m. to like most people who work like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'm still like wide awake. But yeah.
You're up at 4 a.m. though.
Yeah, you could text me.
Yeah, you
Yeah, he's up at 4 a.m.
Whether it's for work or because I have a screaming child.
Right. Right.
No, that's cool though. And I mean, is that a place that, you could take advantage of the opportunity? Like get Kilbarron there, or is it a
I mean, I would
different
say,
kind of venue?
yeah, it's a different kind of thing.
Imagine open for Creed.
Imagine that, bro.
No. It's not necessarily a place like that. It'd be cool, but like, yeah. I mean, I don't think they would vibe with us.
Hey, dude, you never know.
I mean, you never know, maybe. But yeah, no, it's definitely great. I enjoy it.
The Eagles with opening act killed.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
It's like imagine like Kilbarron opening for like Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Stupid shit.
Man.
We'll play
this-
anywhere. Yeah, we'll play
this-
anywhere and for anyone.
Yeah.
There's been a trend the past few years that you see weird shit like that happening too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You have like comedians opening up for metal bands and
Yep.
It's so hype,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it is actually kinda hype.
That is so hype.
Yeah, I've seen that before actually. Like locally, there was back when Sharptooth was a thing. They opened up, or I guess one of the homies who's really well known in the scene here. He also has an online persona, and he essentially opened for them. It was great. It was a good time, hilarious. But
yeah, I've seen it a few times, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it's
yeah,
not.
sometimes it's a little.
Who do you think would be a good comedian to open for Ninja Sex Party?
Oh my gosh.
Who do you think would be a good comedian?
Oh boy, that's a wild question.
Don't put the mic in the
You have any suggestions?
I'm gonna say, don't say fucking Kilbarron.
Don't say Hillary, right? Right. This guy, he'll be the comedian. Yeah.
Like imagine like Tom Segura opening for
God.
for Ninja Sex
God.
Party.
I mean, that might work.
Might.
I'd
It
fucking
might.
go. Shit.
I'd go.
You'd probably have to find like a pretty nerdy comedian to open for
Yeah.
NSP.
Yeah,
But-
Yeah,
I've
dude.
seen them a couple times. They're definitely would have to find a nerdy comedian.
They've been a band that I've wanted to see for a long time. Them and Starbomb and like the Game
Yeah.
Grumps live shit,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be so much fun to see. But like every single time they're here, it never works out. So
Yeah, I think I've seen them twice here. When they were at the Fillmore. One time it was Tupperware Remix Party and
Oh, cool.
and NSP, and then the second time was NSP Starbomb and Tupperware Remix Party. It was great.
that's cool
Yeah.
as hell.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was a huge Starbomb fan back in the day, so
That had to be fun, dude.
yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
I've been following Game Grumps and shit for a long time now, and they'll either come through doing their music stuff or Game Grumps live, and
Right.
never get a chance to see them. But
Yeah.
I heard the shows are phenomenal. So
Yeah.
So now I'll ask the question next. What is a band that you would love to open for?
Ooh. I mean, I'm gonna say it. Counterparts. I mean, that'd be
Yeah?
insane. I mean, we base I would say we've based a lot of like the way I won't speak for Joey, but I would say like my vocals and lyrics and whatnot, I base off of, Counterparts and bands in that kind of sort of niche of like melodic hardcore, type stuff, a little bit of screamo here and there, but that would be awesome. For sure. Yeah.
Real Big Fish? Goldfinger?
Yeah.
No.
Streetlight? I'd open for Streetlight.
Open for Street.
In a heartbeat, I'd open for Streetlight.
Yeah,
Big ass truck. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I get back to me. You go. You think on this. One. Think on this.
Okay. I guess, well, at least for me, like a huge inspiration is Periphery. They're
Cool.
local to the area for us and was as leaders. I would kill to open for like obviously they're not local now, but like those legends in our area, you know, like
Yeah.
that would be fantastic. And of course, Counterparts, No Home, huge inspirations of mine. Like anyone that has inspired me to write music, even if it's my mom. Like I will open for my mom's fucking deathcore band, dude. Like, yeah. Me?
You stole my answer.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. We all live in the same area. I forgot.
What was your answer? What was your answer? Opening for Joey's mom or Counterparts?
Yeah, Joey's mom. Yeah, definitely Joey's mom.
Love you, mom. we all love you.
Thank you.
Moment of truth, man. You're on the spot.
Oh boy! All right. So I mean, I think Counterparts and Periphery are a given. One that I would love to open for would be Thank You Scientist. Thank You Scientist is an awesome band. Had the opportunity to see them open for Periphery up in Jersey, and that was an awesome experience. Another band that I would love to open for is probably, even though we're not like a genre match,
Right.
is Coheed. Because
Oh yeah.
because Josh Eppard is probably like one of my favorite drummers ever, and he's also like one of like his story is just inspirational. I never had any I never went through anything that Eppard went through, but just to kind of like hear his story and like his turnaround and to come back and be better than he was even before he left Coheed originally.
Right.
I would absolutely love to open for them and just meet him in person. No.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I saw
And Joey's mom's deathcore band.
Yeah.
I saw I saw Eppard on Drumeo recently. And he was playing through Welcome Home. And I mean, he is an erratic player, to say the least. Like, dude looked
Legend
like
has it he still hasn't closed his mouth. His mouth is still open to this day.
Dude, yeah, I mean, I was watching, I was like, how much acid did he take before he started playing this shit? But he crushed, man. And that song, like, thinking about it, that really is like the Coheed masterpiece song, you know? Um, and I mean, I heard that they got heavier. Like, I don't really follow Coheed all that much, but um, they were a great band, and like the stuff that I know is phenomenal. But I heard that they experimented getting heavier with stuff. Their riffs are crazy, but um, yeah, all the musicianship is like top tier.
Oh yeah. I think like so for me, one of my warm-up songs is Gravity's Union by Coheed. And the reason being is because the end of that song is like he doesn't play double bass. So it's all single pedal. And it's like the perfect warm-up for me. So like I'll play through the whole song and then I'll do the ending of Gravity's Union with one foot, and I'll play like through the whole ending part on my right foot, and then I'll play through the whole ending part on my left foot, just to like actually get my calves up to speed. And then by then my calves are on fire, and I don't want to play anything after that. But yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, I love that song too. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he does. If you on the Drumeo, like he has like a whole like hour and a half long Drumeo video that he does, and he plays through Gravity's Union, and it's just literally him. Yeah. Like the end of that song, the camera's just on his foot for the last like minute and a half. So
Yeah, Coheed, single pedal drumming. Segues. Iron Maiden. What are your thoughts as a drummer?
So I listened to Iron Maiden growing up, but they weren't really like a big inspiration for me altogether. But like I remember like the gallops in what is it, Run to the Hills?
Mhm.
Like I remember like triplets have always been the bane of my existence. And
I'm sorry.
yeah, thanks. And like I remember the first time I heard Run to the Hills and I was like, I'm gonna try this song. And then I sat behind my drum set and I was like, I can't play this song. So it's it definitely, I don't know. Iron Maiden's really never really been a band that's been like a huge inspiration for me. I mean, the drummer's good. He's always been good, but like not really anything that I've been a big fan of.
The
Music.
reason I bring them up is because I didn't know, like I knew but I didn't know that he never used the double bass pedal. And there's definitely songs where it sounds like he's using a double bass. Man rocks a single kick. He plays double bass on one song, and I don't remember what the name of the song is, but I was a few months back I interviewed Jason Bittner of Shadows Fall, and we were talking Iron Maiden. That's one of his favorite bands. And he asked me what my favorite song was, and I said Where Eagles Dare and Wicker Man. And in Wicker Man there's like what sounds like a double bass pattern. And I said, I love how he uses that double bass on just the one song. He goes, no, that's single pedal. He never used the double pedal. He did it one time in one song, and he's like, he'll kill me if I forget the name of the song. But I was like, all right, so Jason Bittner just took my ass to school on Iron Maiden because this whole time, my whole life, I thought it was double. But yeah, the guy's
I'm gonna have to go back and listen now because
the guy's footwork
That's
is
wild.
incredible.
My fucking calves hurt just fucking like, I don't want to even attempt that.
Like all their fast songs and stuff is all single pedal.
that's insane.
Excuse me.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Probably make me see Iron Maiden in a new light now. It's good to listen to them again.
Yeah, dude. It definitely put them in a new light for me. So it's like, I know they're good. I've always enjoyed their music, but I didn't know Nico was a monster like that, like single pedal everything. Like that was nuts.
Insane. The dude stands up, his like his right calf is like, and then his left calf is like this.
My right calf is a lot bigger than my left calf.
Never skip leg day, bro. So, um, sorry, keep coughing. You said Periphery is a local band to you guys, right?
Yep.
Do you ever like run into them at all or interact with them, or are they on that next level where it's like they're still untouchable?
Matt Halpern shops at the Trader Joe's like
Yeah, dude.
10, 15 minutes from here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
I remember a couple years ago I was working and I'd stopped to go get a cup of coffee up in that area, and like I was wearing a Periphery shirt, and literally the barista was like, "Oh, you're a Periphery fan?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a huge fan." She's just like, "Yeah, you know Matt Halpern like comes here all the time, right?" And I'm like, "What?" I was so tempted to be like, "What does he order?" like I want to get the same thing. I like, to me, like, it's funny. Like, to me, Periphery is like, uh, I put them on such a pedestal. Like
Yeah.
they're such a huge inspiration to me. Like everything from like Misha, the way he writes, his take on gear, they're e- all everything about Periphery. And like
Yeah.
with them being local to the area, like I still find them to be like untouchable. Like I feel like I'm not worthy. Like yeah, except Nolly. No, I'm just kidding.
Very far.
Yeah, as of right now, Nolly Book Pro. Yeah. No, but like, I don't even think, I'm not sure if Misha is here right now.
I think he's in.
Yeah, something like that. But like he always frequents like my favorite music store.
That's cool.
Shout out Atomic Music. And like yeah,
That's dope.
he always heads there. Like whenever he's in town, he always makes a point to like to stop in there and like say hi to everybody. And like the day that I run into Misha is gonna be the day that I like yeah, I'm just yeah, it's like there goes my savings. It's like, Misha, What should I get? Okay. Okay. I'll buy your Jackson. Yeah.
Sorry, forgot to turn my mic back on. Um, yeah, up here we don't have like there's a lot of older musicians that retire here. Not a whole lot of like young dudes that come through though. Like we have the Twisted Sister guys are up here.
Oh, sick.
I ran into Dee Snyder at a pumpkin patch 2 years ago. I ran into their bass player at 7-Eleven getting coffee one afternoon. Um, John Petrucci from Dream Theater lives up here. So he'll go to my local guitar center and like spend a little while there just dicking around on instruments and stuff. Portnoy used to live out here. Yeah, dude, I can't, I don't know what I would do. If I walked in there and I saw Petrucci and I'm like actively playing something, I'm just like, nope, put it down. Oh, this? No, this, I wasn't taking that seriously. That's not for me.
It's actually just John Bertucci testing out like DJ equipment. Even they're playing guitar.
Yeah. It's like I can just imagine you walk in a guitar center, you just see Petrucci like fucking around on like a like a fucking turntable. And he's like, how can I incorporate this
It's
in my
from your nephew's birthday.
Yeah.
Dude, I think if anyone's gonna do that, it's gonna be Jordan Rudess. The dude, I have never hated someone in my life as much as I hate that man lately. I don't know if you guys like follow him on Instagram or any sort of social media, but he drives me up a freaking wall because he's so good at keyboard, but now he's like, I'm gonna be good at guitar too. And it's not enough to be really good at guitar and really good at keyboard. Now he's just like one hand tapping on each of them at the same time. And I'm like, dude, I mean, come on. Like save some for the rest of us. Jesus.
I know, right? Like I gotta eat too, bro.
Right. Like I'm still gonna pay you to see you, but could you like come on. But yeah, you know, we don't have anybody really actively notable up here anymore, I don't think. I think Richie Blackmore's up here.
Oh shit.
But you know, good luck finding him. For what I hear,
Yeah.
the dude stays to himself, and then he just played Madison Square Garden last week or some shit.
Oh.
Like
Where did you get him?
someone just kind of found him one day. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play now." I don't know.
Yeah, he was at Guitar Center messing with turntable.
Oh yeah.
I sincerely don't know what I would do if I walk into Guitar Center and saw like a legend like Petrucci or Blackmore doing anything other than play guitar.
Right.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, this is weird. I gotta go back to bed. Like, why is he touching drums? This is awkward.
Is he really buying pro coverage?
Did John Petrucci just buy the warranty on a
Yeah.
first act?
Right, exactly.
It's for my nephew.
It's from that.
What, your nephew can't start on a Majesty? Come on.
No. I'm not dumping that kind of money if he's just gonna throw it away in 2 years.
Tell your nephew I said he's a bitch.
That's it.
Yeah.
Your last name's Petrucci and you're not playing a Majesty? You failure. Just give up, dude.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
that point.
You freely of Petrucci.
So what are your aspirations for 2026? Is there anything you could talk about, or is it kind of tight lock and key right now?
I mean, definitely like we're writing. We're in the process of writing stuff.
A lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
There's a
you know.
lot of material.
I can say definitely playing more shows. You know. Possibly traveling. But
Cool.
you know, yeah, I mean for sure, like writing, playing more, you know, getting our name more out there. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the I think like that pause and like that break where we had the lineup change, and then I mean even right now we have a lineup change, like, and
Yeah.
but we decided that we're not stopping.
Yeah.
Like this was like our kind of like our first taste of like true momentum.
Yeah.
and like I think I can speak for everybody that like we kind of just want to keep going and like
Oh, yeah.
not let up and like you know
You guys have you have it. So there is no stopping. Don't let something like this side rail you for even a second. Keep going. Um and I mean you're blessed with the ability to have someone else in the band who I know it's the running joke tonight, but Kyle plays guitar, dude.
Right.
If you can't find another guitarist, you can find someone to play bass easy, you
Right.
know?
I'll just pick up those duties again.
But no, don't let it go. That would be the worst possible thing for you guys to do because I'm telling you, what you got is gonna get you somewhere. So don't do that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
thank you.
Um, so now you said you're writing a lot of music. I'm going to openly speculate here, and hopefully you guys don't just turn the camera and mic off on me. Um, are you writing an album or are you doing more like EP?
Cut the mic. He knows too much, guys. He knows too much.
Oh, dude, that was so good.
No, I think I think I can talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we of course like we're our next big thing right now is like we want to put out a new single. That's something that we want to change is that we want to be consistently putting out music because like we'll go through a stint where like we put something out and then like something will happen and then we kind of go dark for a little bit and then next thing you know like we have hey EP
Yeah.
like,
It's like,
like
hey,
I don't
EP,
know where
hey.
yeah but like we want to be a little bit more consistent. We're working on a new single right now and I guess just to tease like I think we are working I think it's okay to say that we're doing our first full length. You could just say it. Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
I forgot
It's
to tell you,
special to us.
we're on Instagram Live right now, so everybody knows that.
He knows too much.
Yeah, I think
Just
and
a
I
bullet
think,
rips through my window.
The red dot. The laser dot. I'm like, yo, Matt, what's going on? What's going on?
I think the other benefit that we have as well is how easy it is to actually record.
Yeah.
Joey does all of the recording, mixing, mastering. But at my house, I have an acoustic set that I use when I play live, but for the recording on Fragments of My Former Self, I also have an E-kit. So that just takes all of the hard work out of it because we don't have to mic everything. Everything's
Right.
just an input that goes into a computer. So it's so much easier to just say like, hey Joey, come over for like 2 hours and track a song.
Okay.
As opposed to like, hey, we need like 6 hours to mic everything and then
Find your tones and
right, exactly.
yeah.
Not to
So
mention the space, man.
Yeah.
Like you need to find a place to actually record real tracks.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that also has makes the recording process a lot easier. So we are able to kind of work on more music and
Yeah.
look forward to like pumping more music out faster. So
And the most important part about that is expense. If you could do everything in house, dude, you're saving so much money.
Oh yeah. It's touching on that. Like I think we kind of made a point that like we're fully trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. Everything from recording to writing to equipment to even to the point of like our graphics and our design and like our artwork. Like I can't thank my I can't thank my girlfriend enough. She does all of the artwork, all of the stickers, all the merch, the designs for it. Like she's an incredible artist and like yeah.
Shout out our band mom.
Shout out band mom, yeah. Turnip Ghost Studios.
Yep. Please check her out. But yeah, I would say I agree. And I think we're doing a pretty good job, and we're just, like you said, lucky to have the people, support us that we do.
Incredible lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. They help us out a lot. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So in terms of recording and production, did you go to school for that, Joey? Or did you just pick that up?
Nope.
Nope.
YouTube.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
A lot of Nail the Mix, a lot of, other shit. But like I mean I've been doing it since the pop punk days.
Yeah.
That was
Oh, wow.
back,
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Yeah,
About 10
back
years.
in the day, that was like I had like a blue snowball
Yeah.
and a cracked copy of Reaper. And
Yeah.
like
My little
like, I
PV
don't
practice
even-
amp.
it wasn't cracked. It was like the free version. And I would just like
Just
every like 30
close.
days.
Yeah.
Every 30 days.
Close
Like
out
I would
the-
do it, yeah. But like now I've always had a passion for like recording because
Yeah.
that's it's actually part of my practice routine. I record myself playing and I
Mhm.
listen back to it, and like that's how I've always kind of practiced guitar. And so like I kind of knew my way around a DAW already, and I just went with it.
Yeah.
I saw the prices for how much like
Yeah.
some recording studios were asking for on here, and I was
Yeah.
just like, hold my
Yeah.
beer, give me like
Yeah.
a week to figure out how to do this, and
Right.
like we'll
Do it
Yeah.
myself.
yeah,
That's like, yeah, honestly.
yeah. Not I mean no shot to them. Everybody's got to make a living, and I'm sure they charge as much as they do because
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
Absolutely.
can. Like they're
Mhm.
incredible mix engineers.
Yeah.
But like I found the value of doing it in-house because anybody can come into the studio at any time.
Mhm.
We can work anytime. We can do it if someone has an idea, like just fucking text me. Like
Yeah.
my door is always open for
Right,
Right.
right.
right. So like just like the ease of access of things, it made me realize that like I should lean into this because
Mhm.
it's more of an advantage than like anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. And once again, that, like you said, the cost, the fact that, Joey's right here. I mean, I live only a couple minutes away from him. And, whenever you have to track vocals, it's just like, all right, I'll be over in like, 5 minutes or whatever. And he'll set up, my little corner and, we'll knock it out. But it's super efficient.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's funny you mentioned Reaper. I'm on my 17th year of free trials.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Dude, let's make it 18.
Reaper and WinRAR get the same.
I forgot
Like,
about
imagine
WinRAR.
buying WinRAR.
Right. Forgot about
Yeah, I've upgraded to Logic in the past couple of years,
Same.
but yeah, dude, Reaper, you download it and it stays permanently free trial mode. They made that program for college kids who are learning how to do audio engineering.
Yep.
That's
So
amazing.
that's kind of like their loophole to get it to you for free.
Yeah. I'm personally I use Studio One from PreSonus,
Hmm.
and it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I might have to send some stuff over to you, get some opinions on it, because I
Yeah.
can never get my mix loud enough. So,
Yeah, dude. More than happy to help.
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, that's cool. And the expense of it, man, like I've done studio work before. It's a cool feeling going into a recording studio and seeing everything set up and hearing how everything sounds and all the magic that you could do once everything is tracked. And it's a cool and inspiring experience, but at the end of the day, when they tell you that your record is going to cost $8,000, it's like, shit. Well, guess what? I don't got. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Thanks for the
you guys,
opportunity.
Yeah.
yeah. Do you guys take a firm or Klarna or?
Right. Can I finance this first revision, please? Yeah.
I have a bone saw and I don't need my left arm. So
I'm willing to trade, but
Right.
I only need one kid.
Honestly.
I'm glad you say that though, because like I try my best like to I totally understand. Like you gotta have the vibe. Like
Yeah.
especially like if
Yeah.
you're tracking drums, it's like you need to have a hype man, you gotta
Yeah.
have your boys with you, you gotta
Yeah.
the energy needs to flow and all that shit. And like with
Mhm.
vocals, it's like I remember one day I was super angry
Mhm.
at something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Cameron came over to track vocals,
Yeah.
and it was like the worst takes he's ever done, and I
Yeah.
realized it was just my vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
Like,
that was rough. I remember that.
yeah. So like even if like I totally get like what you said. If you go to a studio, you
Yeah.
get the environment, the vibe. You get
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone's there to focus on one thing, but like
Yeah.
dude, there's just something about like sorry I keep
Yeah.
there's just something
I'm used
about
to
like there's just something about like you know everyone together and like we just
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fun environment.
I mean, I would also say something like with studio time, like because I've also been in the studio with a few people, and it's a timing thing, right? Because you're paying for your time, right? You're paying for a slot. But when we're hanging out, here, I mean, we just go until it's done, right?
Right.
Even if it takes, I mean, shit. It was there was one day. Well, actually, I think normally, at least with like tracking, it can be like an 8 hour day,
Yeah.
8 or 9 hours. We've done that for vocals before, right? And
Dude,
we were
8 or 9 hours could
I-
just be setting up drums in most cases too.
exactly
You
right.
know?
So it's like we don't have to worry about any of that. It's just right here and we're ready to
Yeah.
go. And we can take as long as we need to get like the perfect take or like, however long we need. We need to take a break. We can take like an hour, 2 hour break, things
Plus,
like that.
yeah, if we need to carry over the session to like a different day,
Exactly.
we can just leave
Mhm.
everything where it is.
We can just leave
Exactly.
everything where it is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did mention studio time, and that is a whole different experience. Is that you walk in, and what if you're ready, but the engineer's not?
Exactly.
What if you're like good to go, you're all warmed up, and then the engineer's like, well, I'm still getting set up, or the computer
Right.
crashed, and we got to re-upload, and
Right.
now you're waiting, and it's like, well, dude, I mean, I'm only paying you till 5, and it's already 1:30.
Exactly.
Yep.
So now you're not thinking clear-headedly enough to track. You're thinking like, well, I got to get it on the first take because we got work to do, you
Right.
know?
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Put down the
and
Chipotle.
Right. Put down the Chipotle. Like,
dude,
let's record this.
the environment, I didn't realize how important it was. And I started taking classes earlier this year on audio recording and like how to work in a studio and stuff. And there was a whole 3 hour course on just the vibe of the room. How you need to cultivate it based on your client's perspective. I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense because you don't want a vocalist to come in and feel rushed or mad, or if they are having a shit day, book another day for
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transfer it, work on something else that day. But if a vocalist is off, if they're not in their own mind enough, like it's gonna be a shit take. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be an awful experience,
Oh yeah.
and the final product isn't gonna be as good. But
Notice how he didn't say bass.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
I mean, dude, bass players honestly MIDI keyboard the whole way.
Nollybook Pro.
I think there's
Gent,
something.
gent bass for the win.
I think there's something to be said in some of the older projects that I worked on, like people who record and charge by the song as opposed to
Yeah.
by the hour.
Yeah.
One of the I was in just a little side project that I did with one of my best friends up in Jersey, and we had Xavier Adams from Palisades. He did all the recording for us. We're friends with like a bunch of the guys from that band, and he only charged us by the song. So, and because we were friends with him, it's, we spent maybe an hour tracking drums and then 3 hours fucking off and doing whatever, and then going back to recording drums. But like,
Yeah.
when you have that time, if the drums, if I wasn't tracking something right, or if my friend wasn't tracking guitars right that day and we couldn't get that part right, he'd just say, all right, come back tomorrow, or, let's set up another day, exactly like what you were saying.
Yeah.
And we weren't getting charged for it. We only had that one price for that song that we were recording. So,
Mhm.
if it took us, 3 or 4 days to track guitars or track drums, we had that, we weren't paying out the ass for it. So I always
Yeah.
have like appreciation for studios that are willing to charge by the song, because you have that time to, to really make sure that you hone in what you're working on.
Yeah, I feel like that's a better it's a better feeling. There's no pressure in that, because you're looking at a project as a whole rather than your day as a whole.
Right.
And it really does eliminate a lot of the stresses. The first time I was in a studio, I had a deal like that. The guy said, I will do your whole full length album. It was 12 songs. I think it was roughly 45 minutes. But he's like, I'll do the whole thing, mixed, mastered, recorded, for $3,000. I was like, done. Just tell me when we owe you the money, and we'll pay you off.
Right.
But it was such a lax environment, and like, I mean, the rest of my guys were all huge potheads, so like, the whole thing was just a cloud of smoke the entire fucking time. So they had no problem chilling. I was just like, all right, because I don't smoke, so I was just like, kind of hanging out, waiting for my turn, and I was getting all antsy and shit because I'm like, all right, I can't warm up because I can't get to the amplifier. I could just sit here and dick around on my guitar, but I can't hear myself, so it's no good. But once I learned how to like actually relax in the studio and just see how the album is growing and being built, it helped me understand my role in it, and it really like did inspire me to play the best that I could possibly play. So there is a lot of benefit to being in studio, but if you can keep it in house, it's the way to go, for sure. Because you'll never be more comfortable in a recording situation than you are with your boys, you know?
Right. Especially if you have somebody like Joey, being the producer of the album. Because he's great at what he does. He's the GOAT.
Joey, is this something that you would open up to other bands who are looking to like get a single out or, do some EP work, get some studio time under your belt?
Should we shut the camera down now?
Shit, I know too much.
Well,
Red dot.
I guess
Right.
I guess I can spill the beans. It's I've already done that actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Very cool,
One of
man.
our
Congratulations.
Thank you. One of our good friends, another band, they're called Carronades. They're a heavy pop punk band that's based out of well, they're spread across the DMV and also like the border to Delaware and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, they came to me and they were like, "Hey, dude, would you mind doing our EP?" And surprise. Yeah, but
Sounds really good. It's incredible.
yeah, I gave him the sauce, but
Very cool.
no, but yeah, like I've already I'm open to working with people if people want to hit me up if it's cool, if you like the kind of sound that I make, we can make it work. So yeah,
That's awesome, dude. I'm happy to hear that. Especially since you're a self-taught homegrown dude. Like, that's very cool that you have now production credits under you aside from your own band. So
YouTube.
YouTube's the real goat here.
Yeah, dude.
But no, that's really cool. And I'm happy that you guys are doing a full length next year, and I can't wait to hear what you guys are working on. And now I'll address the elephant in the room as carefully as I can here. You guys had mentioned that your last EP you did, you were in the middle of a personnel change in the band, and then you dropped everything together. Are you still working on the album through the lineup change that's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
very cool.
working on
Yeah.
some stuff.
A lot of the writing process has been, I mean, usually like I try to include everybody as much as I can.
Mhm.
Just since it's just been me and Cameron. Like I've kind of taken the reins to write all the guitar parts, and then I'll get deep into it. I'm like, you know what? I should fucking program some bass. And then I'll just be like, you know what? I should fucking program some drums.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
see how it
that's-
sounds. You know what I mean? Like, does it work? But like, that's always kind of been like our writing style to a point.
Yeah.
I kind of like have the idea, I show everyone, and then they all give their input on everything. But it's been so sporadic that like all of our working titles in the past have been like names of fruit juices.
Yeah.
Because every time I have like a fruit juice or like any sort of like cold pressed juice, I just fucking vomit.
Yeah.
Like vomit riffs.
Yeah.
Like I just vomit like ideas. Like I remember I think it was PS. The working title for PS was Watermelon Mojito.
Yep. Yeah.
It was really stupid, but like yeah, like I've just on the side, like I've been going hard, just writing as much as I can, showing everybody like, hey, we have an idea for this. Like, what do you think of this? What if I did this here? And like next thing you know, we have like literally a folder in like our Dropbox.
Yeah.
That's like just like
Yeah.
fucking like the scroll bar is like this big.
You're right.
It just rips.
Yeah.
And once
You
we
go
get
to-
something that like we really like, I'll tell Joey to just send me the guitar track with the click, and then I just sit there at home and just work on the drums myself. And
Very cool.
Yep.
Sounds like you guys have the process down, you know. And I'm assuming based on what you just said that like once you program drums, it's just for an idea, but then you'll actually track drums over it, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you can sit there with you can sit there with any MIDI drum software and like adjust the velocity and
Yeah.
timing, but you're never gonna get the feel of a real drummer.
Yeah.
Especially someone like him. Jesus Christ. Like there's no way I could mimic like there's no way I could mimic like the way he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Opus.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I program all my drums with Nolly Get Good, Matt Halpern pack. So
Oh, nice. Fun fact, we used what was it? Not Modern and Massive. We used Invasion,
Invasion,
on Fragments of My Former Self. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the first EP, Smile and Move On, that was Modern and Massive, yeah. Yeah. Nolly Book Pro. Dude, it's so amazing how like anybody nowadays, like if they got the aptitude for it or like the patience to learn, they can just like record music in
Mhm.
like the smallest bedroom and get such high quality sounds.
Yeah.
Like nowadays with virtual instruments, and it's amazing. It's such a good time to be a producer right now. Such a good time.
Dude, it's good to be a home musician now more
Yeah.
than anything else because there's so much more software at our hands right now than there wasn't like, 10 years ago you had to go to a studio. There was no such thing as like I mean there was a DAW obviously, there was interfaces and shit, but you have so much more access to things right now that you don't need to go to a studio for, you know?
Yeah.
You can learn everything at home. You can learn how to use everything right in front of you. Like where I am right now, this is my studio space, you know?
Right.
Like
Hell yeah.
podcast, but I have my guitars right next to me. And then my amplifier's right over here. It's like, you know,
It's the same
it's
situation for us. Yeah.
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 but yeah, it's cool, man. And I see a lot more of it now, and it makes me happy because it's inspiring a new generation of people to be creative, you know,
Oh yeah.
to not just think melodically, but to think rhythmically, to think how they can layer certain things, how different audio techniques could be used. And
Right.
I mean that's why I lean so heavy towards like metal and metalcore and stuff because it's it's very creative, but it's also becoming very stale at the same time. With all the bands that I call Octane Core, like if you listen to Sirius XM Octane,
Yeah.
dude, it's like fucking what's his name? Jordan Fish did like everything, produced every single band, and they all sound exactly the same. And it's like, yeah, all right. I mean, you're gonna make your money, you'll do well, you'll get booked on tours and shit, but it's like, you're gonna fizzle out. Like I give you 3 years tops before no one remembers who you are. And the real creativity comes in when you learn how to use that to further a sound that not everyone else is trying to further.
Right.
You know, Bring Me the Horizons got their shit nailed down. They'll be fine. They're headlining
Yeah.
festivals. They're doing great. But
Yep.
we don't need 3,700 Bring Me the Horizons, you know?
Right. Exactly.
And everything that comes out nowadays is basically that, the Bring Me's and Bad Omens and shit. It's like it's kind of dime a dozen now. So it's rare but gratifying to find bands that don't fall into that. So um I feel like I cut you off, Cam. You look like you were gonna say something for a
Oh,
sec.
no. I mean, just going back to the producer thing. I mean, I started like this guy actually inspired me to start, making my own music and like producing my own stuff. I am nowhere near as talented as he is, but
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm putting in the work. But yeah, like I mean, I on the side I'd make like EDM house stuff. It's really fun. It's not super hard, but I'm just learning and trying to get better. And yeah, it definitely is like if I can like do that, because like for me, I was never really into like recording and stuff. I didn't really know how it worked until we started doing our pop punk stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that's how it works. So I also got Reaper, the free trial of Reaper.
I remember you were like, what's a bus?
Yeah, literally. I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't know what, like a bus was. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know like what an interface was. but but yeah, this guy literally taught me like most of the basics that I know now. And I've just kind of, YouTube is like my best friend for that, so yeah, it's like YouTube.
Sponsor me.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I too use Logic, so I found that was kind of the easiest one. It's easier than Reaper in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just the price tag is like,
Yeah.
Once you get it.
Well, yeah,
It's,
yeah. Once you get it, you're good though.
Yeah.
Unless you want to transfer it to like an iPad or some shit, then you got to buy the
Right.
program all over again.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Nah, never that.
Well, let me tell you how pissed I was about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No.
What do you mean buy nice or buy twice?
Like what the fuck? Yeah, no, absolutely not. I stick to, my MacBook.
Yeah, dude. I I was under the assumption that like it'll transfer like everything else Apple, it'll just transfer between products.
Nope.
And then when I went to go download it on my iPad, I was like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah,
Why does it have a
Yeah.
$200 price tag?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Absolutely not. No, thank you. I'm good.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna keep it between my computers then. Screw
Yeah,
the iPad.
well, I guess I'll use GarageBand for the iPad.
Fun fact though, you could transfer between GarageBand and Logic.
Yep, I did.
Only
see
one way
that.
though. It sucks.
Right, it's kind of weird. Yeah,
Is it really? That's so annoying.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can only go from GarageBand to like Logic.
You can basically stem it, and then once the
Yeah.
stems are in Logic, you can't transfer them back over to GarageBand.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
weird. It's weird.
I see.
Yeah,
I guess I get it because it's like Logic is like GarageBand Plus, but like, so it's like I get it from like that
Yeah.
standpoint where it's like, why would you want to go backwards? But even then, it's like, why not? Right?
right. Yeah, no, GarageBand is very user friendly. So
Yeah.
like, even the most amateur person could figure out GarageBand without an instruction manual.
That's exactly where I started, and then I was
Same.
like, oh, Logic is just the better version of this. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had to upgrade to Logic because GarageBand was crashing with everything I tried to do.
Yeah.
Every like every effects pack I tried to buy. Like I had the Putney suite.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was just straight up not compatible with GarageBand one day.
Yeah.
Every
yeah,
time I opened it, crashed the program.
Oof.
And then like the standalone wasn't working. I had a bunch of shit with it. But
Mm.
then I bought Logic. It was more compatible, so it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
I started getting to like Neural and all that kind of shit. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just a better program.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Ultimately, it's more
Honestly.
stable.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool feature that like you buy an Apple product and GarageBand is just on it though.
Yeah,
You know,
that's cool.
it's something that you might not look at, but one day you're opening it like, oh, I can kind of create music. That's kind of
Mhm.
cool.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. It's a really good stepping stone.
It's like, what does Windows have?
Yeah. Audacity.
Nothing.
See, I'm gonna say
You still have to download.
Yeah, right. 'Cause
Dude.
I'm like Audacity, you still have to download, but
Yeah.
Windows has the audacity.
the Audacity.
But no, that's cool. I'm excited that you guys got the full length coming down the pipeline. More shows coming down the pipeline. Potentially a tour. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, that'd be cool.
I will tell you though, from what I'm noticing, weekend runs are the thing right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's not necessarily how much time can you spend away from home, but it's like if you designate, I would say 2 out of 4 weekends a month to traveling a little bit, you get your name out there, and growth is happening so fast right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Family
Yeah.
in Jersey. I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
no place to stay.
Yeah.
um,
I fully agree with that. Like
Yeah.
it's just finding the time and the energy.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and you have to. uh, I will tell you, work with people that are trusting, because there's a lot of shitheads out there, and they're gonna burn you.
Yeah.
But when you find a place to play that's out of state, hit up other bands in the area. Ask about reputation. you know. Because like right now, there's a lot. Like we have a small pocket of Long Island, New York bands that are out there just doing the damn thing. Um, Shout outs to Resistor, Dead Within Days, Resist Temptation, Deadlands. They're all out there grinding it out right now. But I mean, Deadlands and Resistor are the two biggest that we have right now. They are on the road more than they're home. They're far past the days of doing weekend runs. Um, they're always touring. And you know, the other guys, Dead Within Days, they do a lot of weekend runs. They do, I would say, probably 3 out of 4 weeks of the month they're in another state doing some shit. But they they do the same thing. Like reach out to a place, try to get booked, talk to the bands in the area, see if like this promoter's a shithead, if they're gonna rip you off or not.
Right. Yeah.
And then you can grow from there because like really there's some shady people in the music industry that just want to book bands because they know they're going to get a cut. They don't care what happens to the show. They want their money.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they I think Dead Within Days, I'm not sure if they made their way down there to you guys yet. Um my friends in there's a cover band that goes down there from here called the Monster Stage. They were just down by you guys.
Oh shit. Okay.
But they are all crabcore style music. So
Nice.
I'm with it.
I'm into that.
they took the idea from Warp Tour. So like they had the Monster Stage at Warp Tour, and all those bands like Of Mice and Men and Attack Attack,
Yeah.
all that kind of shit was on there. So that's all they play. But they were just down by you guys last week or the week before that. But they're down there a lot.
Wow.
But yeah, if they come to the area, check them out. They're the real deal as far as cover bands go. They bring it pretty hard.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's same shit. It's just got to be careful of where you're booking, be careful of who you're booking with. But like I said, I would love to help you guys get up here. I know a lot of people up here that can take care of you. Yeah, I would love to have you guys maybe this summer if we could work something out. We'll get you up here.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
It's not a far
That
drive,
lines-
guys.
That
4
lines
hours.
up.
Yeah.
Actually lines up with something.
Shut it down.
He knows too much.
He knows too much.
Don't worry, we'll keep it down.
Matt had like the crystal ball, like before.
Oh, right.
Show me their future.
I work for the CIA. I don't know.
Ah,
Ah,
well,
okay.
that explains it.
But
Check my search history.
don't do that. No, it's exciting, man. I like seeing that you guys are finally gonna take the step and jump into it, like I keep saying it because I believe in you guys, but the sound that you guys have is so the world is ready for that. So don't be afraid to roll the dice a couple times and get out of state and walk into unfamiliar territory because I think you guys are gonna do just fine.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Hell
Of
yeah.
course.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot to
Um,
me, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I was telling you guys earlier on, is that I feature a lot of bands on here, and like it's bands from all over the world. It's not just United States. Like I found a lot of cool Japanese bands and European bands, and they all bring something to the table. But like you guys and a handful of others this year have really stood out to me. So, anything I could do to help you guys out, I would love to. Um, but I think I've had you guys for about 2 hours now, so we're gonna wind
Oh, wow.
down. But is there anything you guys want to tell any listeners before we wrap up?
Um
Uh,
yeah, actually there is something I would like to promote. One of our favorite venues, like I said before, Easton Pizzeria. They're having their 1 year anniversary show coming in
Cool.
February. And they're actually doing a cool thing where all the bands that have played there in the last year, us included, they're having like a voting system going on where like the bands comment and like whoever gets the most comments, like they're gonna put them on the bill. It's gonna be an amazing show. Yeah, if you wanna see that post, or if you want to go support Easton Pizzeria if you are local to Maryland, like
Yeah.
definitely go check it out. Even if you don't vote for us, like the bands that play there are absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
And the people that run it are gems.
Yeah.
Like
Shout out
shout
El
out Jeff.
Jefe. Yeah, El
shout
Jefe,
out
man.
Jeff, shout out Tyler,
Yeah.
shout out Kirtel. Like they are amazing people.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing people.
That's very cool. Anything else you guys want to plug? Any shows you got coming up? Any?
I mean, you can follow us on our IG at Kilbarron MD. We're also on Facebook. Just look us up. Kilbarron. 1L, 2 R's.
So is my mom's deathcore band.
Oh yeah, right. Forgot. Bill Karen is on there. But yeah, just stay tuned for new music coming out and shows coming up next year.
Yeah, and I want to personally thank everyone who has supported us. Like
Yeah.
the band.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everyone, even even our past members that have moved on to better things. Like we support them. Thank you for supporting us and those people. And like we wouldn't be here
Yeah.
doing this and like chasing a dream that I didn't think I would ever be able to chase and have the opportunity to chase.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah, thank you.
Well, you guys deserve all the success in the world, and I wish you the best of luck with all the secret stuff that I don't know about.
Right, yeah.
He knows too much.
He knows too much now. He still knows too much.
I can't wait to see what's next for you guys. And it was great to sit here and catch up with you guys and see what's going on in the world of Kilbarron. But thank you so much for taking some time out to hang out with me. And I hopefully will catch you guys up here or maybe down there in 2026.
We'll come up to you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Yeah, we'll be up there. We'll be up there. For
Hey, man, challenge accepted. What's up, Kyle? You had something to say?
Oh no, I was just gonna say thank you as well. Just for the opportunity to kind of come and talk, and be part of your kind of viewer base, and see where kind of all this goes.
Yeah, man. Anytime you guys want to come back on, you let me know. I'll get you on. It was a pleasure hanging out. And I look forward to doing this in person next year. So,
yeah.
You guys make your way up here, and we'll have a damn good time.
Absolutely.
But yeah, with that,
Let's do it.
No. We have to do a pizza review.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure. For sure.
Like 100%. Like dude,
I'm so down.
like
I need
I'm-
to be educated in the best New York pizza.
like we need to do like hot ones.
Yeah.
But it's all just like pizza.
Yeah,
And,
honestly.
oh man, dude.
do you not know?
And it just gets hotter temperature wise, not spice hot. Just every pizza is just hotter and hotter.
And how long
So-
does it take us to need to find a bathroom?
Right.
Yeah, I think we're all lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grease.
So you do know about the Barstool pizza reviews, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought you were just like, yeah, we should do this thing. And it's like hot ones. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a thing that it's here already. They've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah. I just wanted to get pizza with you. Like, that's
Hey, come get pizza.
There you go. Let's go right now.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Start
Pizza
driving now.
Guitar
I'll meet
Center.
you guys up in Queens.
Yeah. Pizza and Guitar Center sounds like a good fucking time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know a spot in Queens, which is for me, it's about 40 minutes or so. Best pizza I've ever had, and there's a Guitar Center directly across the street.
Hell
Stay
yeah.
less.
Yeah, I was about to say less.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, when you guys come up, I'll take you to the spot, and we'll go to a show or some shit. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for doing this and taking some time out for me. I appreciate it, and anything I can do to help you guys, let me know. And you got me. All right.
Absolutely, man.
Thank
We
you for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Thank you.
Have a fantastic night, and I will talk with you guys very shortly.
All right.
Bye, man.
Take care.
Big thank you to Kilbarron for hanging out for a couple hours. I had a great time talking to you guys, and I can't wait to work with you in 2026. Let's make it a fucking party. Pizza and Guitar Center sounds like a solid plan, so let's go make that shit happen. Everybody, please go follow Kilbarron right now. Pay attention to these dudes. Get familiar with them. They are going to take over. With that being said, that's going to wrap things up for us today on episode 34. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for your time and your support. everyone who listens, all the interactions on social media, who tells their friends to listen. I love you all, and I appreciate you more than words can say. Again, the easiest, fastest, and cheapest way to support the podcast is to just help me get the word out. Share the page, like and share a post. Tell your friends about the podcast, about any of the amazing bands you heard on the show. Tell them about the bands you've watched interviews for. Hype up the fact that I'm going to name drop the shit out of it. Hype up the fact that Chris Contos and Jason Bittner, two of the biggest names in metal drumming, have been on the show already. If you're watching this on YouTube, please take 2 seconds and just hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to stay up to date with all the videos that I post, which I don't post many. It's only about once a week. So I won't be, annoying the shit out of you with that. But hitting the subscribe button does help. It helps me get into other algorithms. So I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in, though, and I hope to see you again on the next one. You have been listening to the Face of Music podcast. Be well, everybody. Be safe, and I will see you again soon. Peace.